Hi guys, how you doing? Just went to get some stuff to make some apple honey wine. Nice. That'll be delicious. I put a whole apple in mine. I cut a bunch of slices into it, and then I just stuck it right in there. That was fun. It's kind of cool. Little apple bobbing around in your cider. So happy Canada Day to everyone. Happy Canada Day, Rebecca. Happy Canada Day, the realist. Happy Canada Day, beloved. Hey, Scotty boy, good to see you. Elderberry, how you doing? Built a pond, waiting for rain to fill it. Awesome, awesome stuff. Hello, Fulcrum Integrity Lighthouse. How you doing? So, Canada Day used to be called Dominion Day in Canada. Dominion, under a sovereign, under the control of a sovereign. Dominion is a much more appropriate term, especially for these days. We live under the Dominion of Canada, which is under the Royal Crown of England. Our Prime Minister swears allegiance to the. Yeah, don't have to play to catch up. Awesome, the realist. I'm going to put up the link. This will be an entire chat stuff. We're a chat show. Two 5-gallon bottles, one 7-gallon bottle. That's a lot of mead. Hi, Dolly. How you doing? Happy Canada Day to you. Happy Dominion Day. Under the dominion of the British Crown, of course. Good to see you, Noe. How you doing? Thank you, Michelle. Happy Canada Day, or as it used to be called, Happy Dominion Day. Young people don't remember that now, but of course, saying that we're under the Dominion, still double whammying. What do you mean? What's double whammying on you, Scotty? There, boy. You're welcome, Michelle. Yeah, it's a cloudy day in Canada with lots of smoke in the air. I can barely see the lake. So the wildfire is still raging nicely. Your double links, oh, are those still going? Oh, okay. Let's see. Oh, yeah, there it is. That's weird. I don't know why it's doing that. Maybe I'm under special double secret surveillance or something. They want to see what I say twice. Double your links, right? So we've got some interesting and scary news. Let's get the soul splitting out of the way. Last night we did a show on soul splitting. Short answer: we didn't see much of soul splitting, except now. I hope you guys watched or thought about soul splitting. Oh yeah, I'll do that, Paula. Thanks. Soul splitting. There were some interesting responses. I thought Scotty, all of the people there pretty much had an impression of heaven or the afterlife or whatever you want to call it. But the interesting part I thought was the different roads Scotty was taking, and of course the responses that show that you guys are great remote viewers. But interesting, Scotty Boy was seeming like the only person that had a negative experience, um, and he came to a fork in the road. So I wonder if maybe negative experiences have something to do with soul splitting. Hot apple cider appears like it's, I've melted. Oh, wow. That sucks. You got a water distiller? Nice. That sucks. You can get, those are expensive. Apple honey for 7 gallon. 5 gallon will be apple and watermelon. Strawberry. Oh, cool. I love it. Are you going to start up a bar? That's a lot of booze. Hi, Nina the Mystic. How you doing? So the soul splitting, does it happen upon a negative experience with life? I don't know. Kind of, I won't say it leads that way, but Scotty Boy's responses were interesting. He had a negative experience and had a choice or one way or the other to go. The only thing that showed or indicated anything of a type of a soul splitting, I thought, was that response. So, hi, Mr. Obvious. So, I don't really think, I'm not convinced on soul splitting. It's an interesting idea. Um, many writings say that God gave of himself, like divided himself, or allude to the fact that God gave of himself and became more than one, uh, incarnating in us, in our souls. But do we continue that process? Do we give of ourselves for other souls? Maybe that's a possibility. Yep, excellent. No, hopefully it doesn't cost you too much. But it's an interesting concept, soul splitting. Maybe pieces of us break off and they go to others and create new souls. How do you think new souls are created? Might be something to ponder. Like twin souls, yeah, maybe, Michelle. Trying to think of all the different possibilities of it. I don't know of too many people that have talked of. Yeah, I agree with you there, beloved. Soul is ego, an impression of the ego. I know. Well, now hold on. It's just a thought experiment, beloved. Don't let it get you all upset. You know, could the soul split? Could it fracture and make new souls? Hi, Rebecca. Twin souls, interesting. Some people talk of an oversoul and an undersoul. Kind of an interesting subject. Hi, Teresa. How you doing? Talking about the splitting of the soul. We didn't get too confident of responses that is the case in remote viewing. So, and sometimes we reunite, and sometimes we do not in any given lifetime. Now, is that twin souls, as in that they're in other people? Because I'm actually talking of a splitting of, say, your soul as a thought experiment. You're super familiar with? Well, come up and tell us about it. Divine counterparts? Hi, Freya. Yeah, maybe. There's Paula. Paula's got some input. Hi, Aaron. Good to see you. I think time plays a big role when talking about souls. Okay. Expand on that a little more.
Hi, Max.
Hey, Christos. Hi, Paula. How you doing?
Hi. I'm okay. I wanted to put forth something to ponder. That since they call the bottoms of our feet the soles of our feet, is our body our soul? And are we mislabeling spirit Because we know they've lied to
Interesting
us.
thought.
And
Interesting thought.
maybe we share the spirit, but the soul is individual, because they just said in chat that ego is the soul, while ego is in the flesh. So, yeah.
Well, we surmise that the ego or the soul is an impression of the ego throughout your life. How well you deal with the ego will either evolve or devolve your soul.
Hmm. Right.
So that's where ego
Within,
enters into it.
yeah, within this body. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And if you've been sad a lot in your life, your face is going to wrinkle in the sad position. If you've been angry a lot in your life, your face is going to wrinkle in an angry position. That old saying that if you keep making that face, it's going to stick that way is true.
Mm-hmm. If you believe it, eh?
Well, I've witnessed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They've lied to us. Yeah. Exactly, Michelle. I think time. Okay, Aaron's energy is expanded on his time concept with the soul. I think time is not linear, therefore there may be different versions of us in different dimensions that run parallel to ours. That's complicated and interesting.
I think I keep running into mine. I'm about to slap a bitch.
Oh,
I'm serious. The other me that I keep running into is dumb as fuck.
oh, okay.
I don't like her. I'm gonna, if I ever physically get my hands on her, it's her ass.
Yeah, I think incarnation is important for our souls, Rebecca. I agree with that. I think this is where we grow our soul and evolve it through living. But lots of different thoughts on that. Who is this you? Okay. Yeah. Who is this you that deals with the ego, if not ego itself? Good, interesting statement there. Well, I like that. Hey, Squirrel Sniper. Good to see you. Is that Squirrel Sniper, or I always miss people in here? Happy Canada Day, Nina. Thank you. Rebecca says, soul and body becoming one, the whole trinity, perhaps. Yeah, the soles of our feet's an interesting point, though.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah.
Why do they call it the soles of your feet? They could have chose any other word. And they think they're sneaky slick because they spelled it differently. Kiss my ass. I know
Maybe.
how they magic those words. I know
Quite
about word
possibly.
magic.
Yeah.
I'm on to them. And it's right in front of us. It's always, the lie is right in front of us the whole time. All we have to do is open our eyes to see it.
Yeah. Listen to what they say, right?
That's right. Listen to what they say. The words they choose to use will
Nice,
expose
Michelle.
them. The words they choose to use will expose them.
Michelle is grounding. Nice. I have to use artificial grounding. I'm on the 11th floor, so. Soul weight is at 21 grams. I've heard that. Dominic, good to see you.
Yes, me too. I've heard and I've watched all the
Yeah.
videos. Yeah.
Seen the wispy thingies come out of the people, and then they weigh less. They caught it on
Yes.
film, kind of like a
Yeah.
smoke, or you know.
Yeah.
Now, some teachings say that the soul takes many days to migrate, up to 14 days to migrate out of the body. And then they have very long death rituals that take up to a couple of weeks, I think, in some cases.
Well, I just got done watching a video that said it can happen within hours. So I would say at the longest a few days, and hell, I'm going to throw it out there. Maybe literally 3 days and 3 nights. I'm just saying.
Well, could
I
be.
don't think
I
it
don't
should
know.
take any longer than that.
Mm-hmm. Well, it leaves your body. Beloved says it leaves your body every time you go to sleep. We do out of body experiences, so I don't know. It's interesting. If you experienced trauma as a child, uh, you now self can meditate and visualize interacting with their child self to help that child integrate. Integration is the goal. Good one. Yeah, the shadow work, right? You have to go and talk to that child that was hurt, or look at your, you can do it in different ways, but yeah, going over the hurts and realizing what they were in your life and what they could be. Cremate
I
or
say
not, yeah, that's a good point.
I say cremation because fire purifies, and my God, do we need purified? But not until after 3 days and
Yeah.
3 nights. And do not let them put embalming fluid in you and take your damn blood out. Write that shit down, get it notarized, and tell them you'll haunt them if they do it.
We got two people eating big old burgers. Michelle's having a big old burger, and Teresa. Good for you. I like burgers.
We're having burgers today.
Are you?
Yeah.
Wow, it's burger day. Holy moly. I'm gonna
Yeah, I'm
have
married to a meat eater, so it's hard to get away from meat. I'd
I'm
like
gonna
to,
have
though.
salad, avocados, and eggs. There we go. That's my dinner. All right. Well, let's move on from the soul talk here. I really wanted to talk about France, and I have a small video to show you guys. Probably be about 10 minutes, but it's got some good information. It's by Canadian Polly. He's a guy who operates out of Guelph, Ontario, where they're having racist problems. They're shunning white people out of concerts. They're black only or colored only concerts. So the racism is strong here in Canada.
I was going to say, that's not racist at all, is it?
Yeah, it's just racist the right way. That's the thing, right? So let's watch this.
Having a store. See, reporting French president urges parents to keep teens home to quell rioting across France. I don't think it's the teens. Here is a person in a woman standing Korean.
Today may not be a good day to play videos.
Heavily populated by purportedly captured moments of looting by residents during the ongoing George Floyd-style race riots in France. So this was sparked off, and this is actually a Netflix movie, and I'm going to show you the trailer for it in a minute, except that it's all in French, so I'm just going to kind of paraphrase it. But the idea that the police kill a underage foreign migrant, and because that foreign migrant was killed, they do George Floyd-style protests that lead to a French war, basically premise of the movie, and it seems to be playing out in real life. Here we are.
So the movie's over a
the,
year old.
Woman in the hijab, you can see her in the middle of the shot here. Here we go. She's looting. I mean, it looks like textiles or maybe blankets or something like that. She's got two big like boxes, but they're not very heavy. So, I mean, even blankets might be too heavy for her to carry like that. The Spectator says footage from France reportedly showing looting of police vehicles. Stock that are left through.
Is it freezing for you, Max? Because it's freezing for me.
A little bit, yeah. So they're finding a police van stocked with weapons. They're just basically passing them out.
Pretty wild stuff. I mean, like, this is like seeing an invading army arming and running down your street, right? Like, that's pretty wild. Here is Swig, and they say zebras let out of a zoo by riders in France.
So there's a zebra running down the streets of France.
I don't know that I'd honk at the zebra.
Yeah, can you
I
do
mean, the
that,
poor
please,
zebra's
Teresa? I
probably
think
like,
it's
what the hell are
probably
these
giving me
things?
hiccups.
Right here is Ian Miles Shong, and he says, "How are French protesters getting their hands on heavy firearms?" So, and I've turned the volume down on the audio here. So there's I
France is
try
pretty
and
much a
minimize the audio
gun-free
shock.
zone.
So
They've
apologies.
stripped them entirely down to hunting rifles. So where are these automatic weapons coming from?
So they're just walking down the street firing weapons, right? Like pretty hefty weapons, it sounds like. Here is a situation, military-grade explosive device used to force entry to the post office in Lyon, France. France is a failed state. Here we go.
Oh, now they found explosives. Hey, great.
So that's a big explosive device. That's not your everyday
Macron.
explosive device. Elon Musk is responding to this. This Wall Street Journal or Wall Street Silver says the citizens of France are defenseless. They voted for this. Did they vote for this? Do you think they voted for this? I think they're victims of an invasion that was funded by their own tax dollars, and that the West is still going through. I don't think they voted for this. Like they voted for this, like we voted for Trudeau in 2021.
Right, like we voted for
they voted for this, but it's still sad to watch this play out exactly as many warned would happen for many years. It's destabilizing. They don't have to do anything. I mean, they are clearly doing things. They're adding weapons. They're sending in people who are trained to use these weapons, the explosives, et cetera, et cetera. So they are clearly edging this on as well, but they don't have to. Right. This is the outcome when you flood a country with people who have no allegiance to the country, and they're not trying to assimilate. They're just coming here to cause chaos. That's what this is. This is chaos, and that's purposeful. And problem, reaction, solution. That's one. And out of chaos comes order. And so somebody will come up as a strong man and say, "I will save you," and they will crack down harder. Right?
They will be the UN.
They will make the WEF look like pussycats because they will
be the UN or NATO
that they will ask for help from the people to bring about their authoritarian, tyrannical digital ID, the whole thing. We have to do this. Give us that power. That's how they're going to do it. That's how they're doing it. It is in process. Anyway, Elon Musk says, where do they get all the guns? In Europe is extremely limited. Most of these guns must therefore be stolen or legally imported. Yeah, just like the brick pallets. Here's Paul. He says, snipers spotted on French rooftops. This is literally a civil war now in France. Yeah, yep. Lawrence says, while Mayor of London moralizes about climate change, kids are having machete fights in a London park. This is what happens when you bring in people who don't care about your country, and they don't have to do anything to come in other than agree to sow chaos. They've been told that this is okay. They've been told that once they hit a certain percentage, certain number, or they've been just waiting to be told to start unleashing this mayhem. And like in Order 66 in Star Wars, I have no doubt that there are plans. And we're watching this unfold there. And if you're not thinking that this could potentially unfold here, well, that's France and England. Like, come on, guys. That's Western civilization, where our style of democracy and Western civilization, blah, 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 grew up, right? Here's the machete attacks, machete fights in London Park.
These are kids. I mean, like 17, 18
there are ways to
kids.
deal with that, right? Like, I'm pretty sure if you had an American there who was concealed carry, might be able to deal with the machete attack.
Yeah.
Holy smoke, right? Brittany says, honestly, this is the beginning of something big. Things won't be the same after this. Michael Sanger says, riots of unprecedented scale in cities all across, fighters burning shop centers, cars, libraries, and other government buildings in protest of the state's racial integration after police shot a teenager. So there's all sorts of craziness happening. Here's just more video of it. So, I mean, is it easy for this kind of thing to spread? It seems like it. As France erupts in flames, violent riots and widespread looting. Justin Trudeau says he took the time to speak with President Macron where they discussed issues like climate change and how it's causing wildfires in Canada.
Oh, God.
Trudeau's yesterday, June 30th, 7:30 p.m. So like a lot of these tweets were through. This is 7:51
Are you having
p.m. Right, a
guns
lot of these tweets,
shooting people in your
he could
country?
have
Might be
probably
climate
seen some of
change.
these tweets. You know what I'm saying? And so he would be aware as a head of state that something's going on in France. But he had a phone call with President Macron, and everything seems fine. President Macron and I spoke today, says Trudeau. We
Did they
discussed the
discuss
current
it while they
wildfire
were at the
situation in
Elton
Canada,
John
and I thanked him
concert?
for the support France has provided to fight these fires. We're reaffirming our commitment to work together to tackle climate change and address its impacts. We also spoke about building economies that work for everyone, both at home and around the world, and about other global issues, including the war in Ukraine and the crisis in Haiti. For more on our call, read this summary. So, yeah, we're not going to talk about any of this though. Climate change is crippling France, and the images are.
Where did all the
not
guns
climate
come
change.
from? Where did all the bombs come from?
Burning cars, burning other things.
France is pretty much gun-free.
It really looks like an invading army. It does not look like a normal run-of-the-mill.
It doesn't take more than a few hundred
kind of thing
people
that's
to do
It
a
doesn't
lot
look
of
like
damage in a country.
your average protester who's protesting drag queen story hour. Like, these people are well armed. They're dressed in black. They're coming to cause chaos, and it's not good. Here is the movie I was telling you about. It's called Athena, and it was released a year ago. A civil war that starts when African and Arab migrants begin rioting after a migrant is shot and killed by police. They attempt to overthrow the racist French government. It's like watching what's happening right now. I'm not going to play it because it's French, but the link is in the description if you're interested, and it's interesting. Like, there's English subtitles. I mean, maybe I can play it.
So
It's kind of complicated. And
so they projected
there's a lot of
this,
visual imagery
ahead of time.
They framed
the
racially the rebels, the people who are trying to overthrow the French government, as the good guys, and they're lighting Molotov cocktails and they're throwing it and creating big fire bombs and things like that. And the fire bombs are framing these guys as like saviors, right? And so it's very interesting visually. You should check that out. But I'm not going to show. It's kind of hard to translate if you don't speak French, and I kind of speak French, but not enough to. Well, I could read it, but it's not. It's going to lose it in the translation. So we'll carry on. Free speech. Let's talk about free speech. What's Macron doing to combat any of this stuff? This is from 9:14 a.m. June 30th, and it says, Raymond says, you can see where this is going. Justin Macron blames social nets for riots in France. Says authorities will take steps to remove sensitive content and to identify those who call for disorder on the platforms. So there's that. Very interesting, right? Here's Mayor Kim Guthrie, and I thought this was funny. This is yesterday at 7:46 a.m. He says, yesterday, so 2 days ago, I was stopped downtown by 3 people. After exchanging pleasantries, one guy asked me, Cam, I got a question for you. What's the biggest issue you face in trying to deal with everyone?
Hi, Sam.
Cam answered, trying to correct misinformation that's been spread purposely.
No.
What a weird answer. And like, I think that it's really strange. And one of the things, like, I responded, rent has more than doubled since 2015. Food is inflating at 9% a month. Interest rates are making people flee their homes. Drag story hours are funded by tax dollars. Cab rides for addicts to the safe injection site. $1 million for drugs for addicts. Mask mandates in the COVID response. Hotels for all sorts of other things. Are you kidding? Like, are you getting misinformation that's been spread purposely is the thing that's bothering you? Somebody said that that's exactly what Barack Obama said yesterday, and apparently he said it a year ago too.
Deadly
I looked it up on
misinformation
YouTube to show you. I was going to show you the yesterday's comment, but I couldn't find it. But
we covered that earlier.
They're ignoring real problems to
it's a weird idea.
Change it out for misinformation and disinformation. If you say, there's a civil war in France, it seems like people are really upset and there's, weapons and things like that happening. That's misinformation and disinformation. People don't want, you're not allowed to talk about that. We're not going to talk about that. People don't want you to know about that. You're not allowed, right? You're not allowed. And so the powers that be move through and pretend.
So that goes on to talk about Canada's new Bill C-18 that basically takes our broadcasters out of existence, so we don't get news. Canadian news will not be put on any platform. No glasses can correct double vision. Cool. It's a gift, smoking. I'll share it out in chat sometime. Uh, no means to right now. Okay. So yeah, is this going to roll out? I don't think it would roll out that well in the U.S. at the moment because there's too many guns. They'd do it. They'd have to do it in the blue states, like they have been doing really with the rioting and all that, where the gun laws are strict. And yeah, that's a good song. Canada would be very easy to do because we've been mostly disarmed here in Canada. There's a lot of hunting rifles in Canada, but um, I don't know how they would fare against an automatic weapon. But I doubt that Canadians would even really use them. I think we've become too much of a victim mentality. We expect the Canadian government is going to, protect us, and that's really unfortunate. Because if it turns around the other way, these people will get away. They'll have no idea who they are, um, as they seem to do in France. And if you turned around and grabbed one of those guns and shot one of those people, you'd be in jail. That's the way Canada works at the moment. Defending yourself is a crime. It's also the same in New York and a few other states, as far as I understand it. In New York, defending yourself is a crime. It's horrible.
Then they better get rid of their bodyguards.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, private jets and bodyguards, you don't need that. You can walk around in public just like the rest of us. Harder to get a license in the UK now, although legal arms are everywhere. Yeah, that makes sense, right, Sam? So yeah, we're having an influx right now of people from South America, um, Asia, Africa, um, Middle East. We're getting all kinds of people coming in from those countries, those areas. Uh, the city I live in, the mayor has agreed to double the population over the next 5 years. I believe it is 5 to 7 years. So we're going to go from 100,000 to 200,000. Well, where are all these people going to come from? Well, all those other countries, and that at that point we'll be outnumbered. Now, not all of those people are going to be necessarily here to cause destruction, destroy and kill. Many of them will probably be here for a better life. But it's the young, trained ones, the fighting age men, that are coming over by themselves in many cases. That's going to be the problem, and there are thousands of them. There's no shortage of them. There's enough to make a small army at this point.
Right. And more are pouring in every single day. Everybody keeps making their TikTok videos and YouTube videos, social media videos. There's more of us than there are of them. Keep fucking up and taking your damn sweet time doing something about it. There's about to be more of them than there is of us.
That's awesome, beloved. I like hearing good news like that. Precedence was just set. A man defended himself against a cop. Where was that? By the way, beloved, do you know? Who tried to arrest him unlawfully, and he won in court. Awesome. He punched the cop and took her gun. She ran away. Nice. You know that? You know what crazy on his parents or her? What? That you know what crazy on brothers and sisters and tearing up the house. Don't quite get that, Teresa, but I get the end part. Yeah, that's good news, beloved. Do you know where that was? I'd like to know. I doubt it was in Canada. Hi, Sophia. How you doing? Yeah, where did that happen at exactly? love wins no matter what. Hopefully, in the end, it does, and it usually does, uh, because we have love for each other, love for our families, and these people are just filled with hate, or they're paid provocateurs. We had the Wagner Group, paid provocateurs. Now, how many of these people coming in are actually members of private or will join mercenary groups? You know, if they do, we can be sure that CSIS or the FBI, CIA won't tell us and won't investigate it. Right? It's in the U.S., I think. Okay. Well, that's narrowing it down there, Karen Lynn. What was that, G? They should be headed south. Safer down there, right? Well, it's going to be. Your message got busted up. You're in Kent. We have tens of thousands here. We're paying them. Sadly, I believe that most don't realize why they have been brought here. Yeah, well, when the money gets cut off, which it will eventually, right? In Canada, they're getting $3,000 a month. It's almost, hey, Cage, how you doing? That's almost 3 times what my brother-in-law is getting on a disability. It's ridiculous. Hi, Cage, how you doing? Any thoughts?
What are we talking about?
Oh, right now we're on the immigration, and I just showed France, what they did in France. They managed to hand out weapons, automatic weapons, to provocateurs in France, along with explosives and other things like that. We also covered machete fights in the playgrounds in the UK. Just watching the world kind of slowly push towards this utopia that they talk about.
Well, in my world, that the machete thing has always been present. The building I used to live at, like I know multiple friends. Fortunately, I never got macheted. But yeah, you go into an elevator, and the elevator would open up, and like 6 guys with machetes, masked up, like they have coronavirus, would invade the elevator with machetes and rob you. You know what I mean?
Mm.
That's the
Yeah,
only machete I know about.
well, that's a good way to do it. Yeah, I showed a video of kids running around in the playground trying to slash each other with machetes in the UK. So, I don't know if that's a common occurrence out there. Stabbings are pretty common. I don't know that they are that common amongst the youth, though.
I seen like a notification. I went on to, I think it was called like in a thought experiment or one of these people's things, and I wasn't allowed to speak over there at all. They're like, oh, we want to hear him talk, and then within like 10 seconds, I just get kicked off for some reason.
What were you talking about?
They were talking about like pretty much reality, and what they were asking me like what my message is, but no one would wanted to hear it.
On the fabric of reality, yeah. Well, you can say it here if you want.
Did you get that?
No, didn't hear anything.
I guess it worked.
Yeah. Who kicked you out? Who was that? Must have been Paul. Okay.
No, it wasn't even his panel. It's some like random guy.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Panels are funny.
Well, it's almost like what we seen the other day,
Yeah. Me and Cage had. I was on his channel last night, and a troll came by. It was kind of entertaining. I thought it was actually a pretty good use of time, although it was almost a waste of time. But if our goal is to learn control of the ego, right? This guy tried to come at us from every angle he could to try to provoke or incite us to some type of anger, and it was kind of entertaining. I think he was a paid.
That was hilarious. That was very weak.
Yeah,
Very
yeah.
weak.
It was pretty sad. He damned me to hell pretty much, and wished me to die and go to hell or something. Calling himself a Christian, and then damning me to hell. I
Yeah,
didn't quite
but you know how
agree
they
with.
do it,
But yeah,
Max, right? They kind of invert truth. You see how you have the Canadian flag upside down? That's kind
yeah,
of that's kind of the point of it, right? So
yeah.
everything's inverted. Everything is always a half truth.
Hmm.
Everything's kind of completely.
It was a pretty low level attack, beloved, but it was good for learning to control, your speech, learning to manipulate around these uh, mentally deranged people with these strange ideologies. And I think we successfully turned it back on him. He pretty much gave himself up. We kind of viewed him a bit. I don't know if that freaked him out or not. We pretty much pinned down his life for him. He was a guy who lives in his mom's basement, got an orange cat, no relationship. Uh, you know, not that you couldn't do that just by talking to him, but a little bit of intuition never hurts, right? All right, Nina. Much love. Have a good day. So I thought he was good practice for that because he was
It's
a
like
pretty low level
the reason why I'm
troll.
here though is because I understand everyone has to learn at their own pace. Everyone's on, it's a specific road everyone has to walk down, but it all leads to the same, kind of path either way.
Yeah.
So yeah, I understand. People are very low level nowadays, though. It's kind of frustrating. You know what I mean?
Not here. These are high level, high energy, high vibrational people here. And except for a few people who are stuck in their own thinking, most people are pretty flexible in their thinking here, pretty fluid and dynamic, which is a good way to be. Yeah, right, Emmett?
Yeah, I was attacked on Phil's channel the other day.
Yeah.
And I hadn't even joined Phil in a long time. And I decided today was the day I would join. Well, this other guy was in there, and I guess he's kind of a regular. He doesn't come up all the time. He's kind of like the realist McCoy, except for when the realist doesn't come up, it's because you haven't said anything that made him want to come up. This other guy, he just came in because he was looking for a fight, and he tried to pick one with me. And that's not a good idea normally. But I've been working on the inner lion that I have.
Yeah.
And instead of having him for dinner, which I also could have done, I chose to go, wow, I'm going to bounce, Phil. Love you, bro. Bye. And I went out into chat to comment to what the psycho continued to
Or
say.
if you know
He
what you
was
can do,
calling me a
Paula.
witch, and he burned me at the stake and everything. And it was,
Paula. If you know what you can do, you have to have mercy, right? With great power comes
that's
great
why I left.
responsibility.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
you know what you can do. So you got to spare them.
That's what
Yeah.
I did. But he still kept burning me at the stake. And I asked him in chat, put your
So
torch
what?
down.
So what? That fuels you. You can trans.
Yep.
That's energy. That means they're giving energy towards you that you
Yep.
can transmute.
Yeah,
That's it.
that's what I told that guy last night. I said, "You're spending a lot of energy here, aren't you?" You know.
Yeah. I wasn't
He
even
was
going to
trying.
play. I just
He was
left.
trying. Yeah, he was trying to be like an energy vampire. I think.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
if you're unable to provoke people, it's really pointless.
Yeah.
And he got nothing out of me or Cage, which kind of left him flat. And we just kind of turned it around on him. Everything he said pretty much was a projection. So
Right, it was.
It's kinda
That's what this
funny.
guy was
You know,
doing.
you know what? Like just like even in these smaller communities, right? Certain people they get these ideas in their head, and you know they get a little bit of knowledge, and then they completely bastardize it. You know what I mean? And then if anyone has an opposing idea that makes them look kind of foolish because you know their ideology is unsubstantiated and not stand the test of time. When you bring it up, then all of a sudden they kick you off. No one wants to hear. So in a way, it's like a dictatorship. There's a dogma going on with these quote unquote people that have, you know, like you know, if you go against something, if you go against like a way of thought, that means you're still playing the game. You're still fucking trapped in the cage. I mean, you're opposing evil. All right, so that means you're fucked already. You're still in that fucking mind state or whatever. You know, you're posing lies or truth or false. You're still in it. How can you have one without the other? You're probably being played way before you can even think of having the idea to do anything about it. You know what I mean? And that's actually how it's working. So if you're in the game, you're already fucked.
In what way do you mean in the game?
Because there has to be an opposing side to it, right? Like if we're playing chess, right? If I play white,
Oh
or if
yeah,
I play
like
black,
we called that adversary back again last night.
Yeah, but either way, you're still participating in the
Yeah,
game. You're making the game happen, even if you're going against it.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
So I'm saying it's a trap.
Yeah.
Right.
Last night was for entertainment and information purposes.
Yeah, the only way to win is to not play. So I bounced. I left.
Yeah, I'm not participating in the nonsense. That's it.
Yeah, I was in a particular mood last night to fight, so
I could have pounced, but I chose to bounce.
Yeah. I just wanted to see if I could calmly go through it, and I think I did pretty good.
Well, if Cage wouldn't make everything private the second that it's over, I could go back and watch that.
Yeah, you should.
I can give you links. I can give you the links to join it.
It's funny. It was funny, I thought.
Well, put your email address, Cage, in private chat back here.
Yeah, if any of the ones you want to look into, you tell me, I'll give you them. It's not for everybody.
How am I going to tell you? How am I going to tell you there's no video to comment under?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Whatever subject it is, right? I can give you the source material.
Like it'd be easier to just say, hey, I had to go to bed because you go live really late. I didn't get to see it all. Could you send me the link and email, and we could do it that way.
We've went through on my channel. I've played so many audio. I played Morals and Dogma. It was like 40 hours. Just that one. We went through that one. We played in one day. We played I think like 5 audio books. It was The Initiates of the Flame by Manly P. Hall, The Life of Hermes by Manly Hall again, and The Emerald Tablets and The Kabbalion by 3 Initiates. All of them in one day. I still have it saved, archived. You can't keep it on YouTube though, because they'll delete you.
Oh, okay.
They don't like stuff like that.
I'll be right back.
But yeah, like you're not gonna learn anything off any of this shit. There's nothing new under the sun. It's gonna pretty much reaffirm things you already know and put it into a different perspective that you can advance, in your perception with. That's all it really does.
Yeah, I like looking at the different perspectives though, because sometimes it can offer a little bit of clarity on a point you hadn't focused on as much.
Exactly, right? It's like a puzzle.
Yeah.
So you add like a little piece of the puzzle. Eventually you'll see a bigger picture. But it's all just like it makes up a whole, right? It's just one piece of a whole.
Yeah.
I watch things to get the other pieces of the puzzle, but I also watch things for confirmation for things that I already know I know.
It also confirms what you already know. That's what I was saying. Right?
Yeah. A lot of it will be just confirmation, really. Most of it.
And it's a good reminder, right? Through repetition. Repetition is what really structures reality. This is why through the formative years and, through the education systems, through the the power system is, it really implants that, these subconscious thoughts. Or if you look at like a computer, it really writes the software onto the fucking computer. You know what I mean, from the get go. So through repetition, you can reprogram it. So just because you know about it doesn't mean you shouldn't bring it up.
Yeah. I say that with the news too.
Let's
That
keep repeating it.
Yeah, we have to.
Yeah.
We have to keep repeating everything. Things have to be brought up again and again. Like Biden, we need to bring up all these political things and all this ancient knowledge again and again.
Well, yeah. Like, look at all these sheep. Like, look at all these people around us, right? How did they get into that mindset? Through repetition. They repeated the same ideas throughout their entire life over and over and over again.
Yeah.
So the only way to counteract that is to repeat the opposite. Repeat the antidote of the poison, in a way.
Yeah, the antidote to the poison is made with the same, contents. It's just put out properly and not twisted.
Exactly.
That's
it's
what
still the same
witchcraft
thing,
is.
just different degrees of the same thing, right?
Yeah.
That's what true witchcraft is twisting the truth into a lie and getting people to believe it.
Yeah, well, it's all inversion, right?
Yeah.
What's the best way to hide a lie? It's to, the only way to hide a lie is to put a bunch of truth in it and soil the waters and muddy up the waters with a bunch of nonsense,
Yes.
The devil will tell you 1,000 truths, but he'll tell you the one lie that'll screw you over.
Yep.
That's the way it works. Absolutely.
It's like controlled opposition. That's how they move.
Yes, that's controlled opposition. It's like Kennedy's got a TikTok page, and he's out there and he's talking, he's the controlled opposition. And I commented, I went there, I went all the way there and back, and I commented, I said, you're still claiming a side, you're still Democrat. You're not out there telling anybody that the left and the right are both on the same team. You're not out there telling the whole entire actual truth. So I'm not voting for you.
I think he did. I'm not sure on that, but didn't he claim that it's like a uniparty? I'm not sure.
Well,
he's going out and saying a lot right now. So
he's saying a lot, but he's not saying what he needs to say. He's saying enough that people will vote for him. But I got on him for not saying all the other things that he's not saying.
Yeah.
And until he does, I'm not voting for him.
Well,
I don't ever vote anyway.
Voting is an illusion.
Voting is an illusion anyway. Why isn't he telling anyone that?
Exactly, because he's fucking a part.
And he's asking for money. He's asking for money.
You know how easy it is. You know how easy it is just to fucking say, whatever. I'm gonna go along with this shit. I could have done it a long time ago. I could have gotten unlimited fiat, unlimited all that. But fuck you. I'm gonna earn it myself. I still have unlimited, but I earn it myself a little bit differently.
But he's out there with his hand out, asking for money, and you're not even telling the whole truth. Fuck out of here with that shit.
Well, the whole government, what does government really mean? It means mind control.
Right.
Yep.
That's what it absolutely means.
So fuck them all. Either way, if you think your vote's going to make a difference, you're deluded.
Yep. You guys just got Olivia Chow. What are your thoughts on that?
Who?
I covered her yesterday.
It's the mayor of Toronto.
Yeah, the mayor of Toronto. I covered her yesterday on the
we
news.
had a black mayor and I have an Asian woman. Was perfect. Might as well. Hopefully next time I want to see a green alien for Toronto.
She was born in Hong Kong.
Before that, we had a white fat crackhead. You know what I mean?
Isn't she the one?
He was the best. He was the best.
Isn't she the one who said they need to force vaccines? She didn't use those exact terms, but she was like,
Rob Ford was actually pretty good.
If it's her,
crackhead.
Oh no, you're thinking of a different lady.
Yeah, okay.
One of our best mayors was Rob Ford, the crackhead. He was stupid though. Like he totally wasted money on shit. But I don't know. It almost seemed like he was on.
There was less crime.
He was an honest dude. Actually,
food was affordable. The city was running a lot better when we had him.
Yeah, he didn't hobnob with the elites. Only when he had to. His favorite people were crackheads and stoners and
Huh.
He hung out with regular people.
Yeah, the Dixon Blood sold him crack and extorted him after.
Yeah, but he was close to the streets, so he knew what real life was.
He's better. Yeah, he was a coach at Don Bosco for football and shit.
Yeah.
I used to play football growing up. And
Yeah, did you hear
he's a good guy.
Doug Ford said that having Olivia Chow as the mayor is going to be the worst thing for Toronto. You think it's bad now? Wait until Olivia Chow gets elected.
It's fucking over, bro. Olivia
Yeah.
Chow. First of all, she's an Asian. Do you know
Yeah.
Toronto? You know all this shit's
Yeah.
ran by Asian people.
Yeah, she was born
It's been
in
like that
Hong
for a long
Kong. She
time.
was born in Hong Kong, lived there till she was 12 or 13.
Of course she was.
Of
But listen,
course,
like,
right?
I'm telling you, the Asian mafia are heavy in here. They're big.
Oh, yeah.
They run the drugs. They run everything.
Yeah, well, I used to go to Toronto to go and visit Little China, and it's
The
huge.
Asians don't play around.
It's huge.
Max, I had here's like an example of it. In high school, even, right? There's this like Asian kid who's like you never expected. He was just like a regular, normal kid. He got into a fight with this big kid. He was like probably like over like 6'5". He's like a giant kid back then. And he accidentally fell on the kid's leg and like made it like a noodle, broken in multiple places. It was looking like a fucking noodle. And less than like a day late, like less than like 48 hours later, they attached flares to propane tanks and blew up his house. You can't fuck with the Asians, I'm telling you. The Asians don't play games, bro. And nothing happens.
Shit. Yeah, and there's still Asian or Chinese police stations operating in Canada. Whether they have an actual station now, I don't know. They've probably just gone underground.
The Asians are weird. They're very polite. They're very low key, but they're like straight killers and shit.
Yeah, very dangerous.
You have to be very careful. Sometimes they are killing you with kindness. I'm looking at that in a different way here.
China's doing that in Africa right now. They're offering them money, right, and to help build infrastructure and help out countries. So they're, the usual plan. You loan them a bunch of money that they can't pay back, and then you just start taking shit. So that's the plan for default.
The Asians don't fucking play around, bro. It's crazy.
Yeah. They're doing the same.
Because they're smart, too. Like with our culture, everyone's against each other, right?
Yeah.
With them, they all pool together. Like they're more like a hive-minded community. So they all pool together and they create something. For us, it's like everyone's like, for themselves. Everyone's against each other type of thing. And that's why no one gets anywhere. And that's why they're running the shit right now.
Yeah, that took them years to destroy the sense of community that we used to have.
That's what they want. Exactly. That's how you win.
Yeah.
Divide and conquer.
Mm-hmm.
Fight. What do you guys want to fight about right now?
Yeah. They started with, they started pretty much all stages ago, right? Starting with the family, the eugenics, teaching women that they wanted to go and work because they were slaves at home, causing troubles with the family. They even went, we've discussed this before. They even go down to the point of changing the math every, 10 or 15 years or so in the schools. Like they must have a list of ways to do multiplication and division and stuff like that, because the way my father taught it, the way my father was taught was not the same way I was taught. The way my sister was taught wasn't even the way I was taught. So in my lifetime, I've seen them change the just the mathematics 3 times, and that causes problems when you're home getting tutored by like your parents or family members, because they're and that's insidious. What small minuscule levels they've gone to cause friction and division.
Yeah. Damn friction and division. I'm so sick of it.
And to what end? When will it stop? Is it even possible?
Well, it'll never stop if they win this this battle that we're in right now. because
Well, it'll
keep the
never
division,
stop it.
and eventually you'll just be dead, right?
But I think if we be honest with ourselves, I think
Right.
it's something within every one of us. I think there's something within every one of us that's unresolved, and it's being extorted. That's the only reason why we're seeing this reality. It's not because we can't blame it on the outside, right? Let's look within. I think there's something that's within all of us, including myself, that is creating this nonsense. You know what I mean? That's why we're seeing it.
I'm not a big proponent of that idea.
Well, if you
Self-blame.
really if you really look in the mirror, though.
Well,
Well, I have, and what I want to say to that is
yeah, I
that
don't entirely agree with that.
there are the ones that are doing the work, and we are working on ourselves. And no, we're
That's the
not
truth.
perfect yet, but we're working on ourselves. There are those who are so brainwashed and
Well, the
mind
truth
controlled
is,
that
none of
they
us are
tend
there
to
yet.
won't work
The
on
truth is, none
That's
themselves,
of us
true.
are there yet, and we're seeing a
Well,
reflection of
the
our
big
own
problem,
and
consciousness.
they're
we,
creating this
yeah,
reality.
we all went to sleep, and that's a big problem. We weren't active enough. We weren't vigilant enough, and we wanted a comfortable life. They offered one, and we accepted, right?
Because how come, like, you know what I don't understand, right? Like, there's so many great people with like a bunch of really good ideas. How come there's always some sort of like underlying division thing going on? Like, it's like that divisatory fucking energy that's always there, present, no matter what. And it kind of maybe in a way it can be utilized as a good thing, right? Because you should
Mhm.
have opposing views in order to get to the absolute truth.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, you
yeah,
absolutely have to have
yeah.
opposition in order to
Even if
truth,
I don't have somebody who opposes my views, I always take the opposing view in my mind to see how it plays out.
to
Yeah, you
weigh
gotta
it.
look at it. Yeah, you gotta look at it at a 360.
Yeah,
Different mall.
yeah. Try and challenge your own thoughts. You should. If you're not challenging your own thoughts, you're probably get totally programmed because uh,
Right.
you know
That's what the Rosicrucians say. Like if you're stuck into one kind of thought pattern, that means you're already fucked in a way.
yeah,
Right.
In terms.
I would agree with that. Absolutely. Yeah.
Um,
But
means you're
I
pretty
just
much
don't.
you're under someone else's construct, someone else's cage. If you're stuck into one frame of mind, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
And
Well, they've
I
been building a
also,
cage around us for years. They've been building a cage around us.
oh yeah, since the beginning.
Monetary cage, a societal cage, electric
Hmm.
cage.
But
There's
they
many
also
cages
love,
they're building.
they love to make us take responsibility for their so-called sins
Hmm.
or their crimes. And so that's why I don't subscribe to the what's happening out there is coming from within me, because I am working on that. And most of the time I'm really good at it. The other night I knew I wasn't going to be really good at it, so I left.
Hey,
But
hey Paula,
there's no way
you
I'm
know the key
creating that.
word. Paula, sorry to interrupt, but the key word is you're working on it, meaning it's not done yet. You know what I
Hmm.
mean?
Well, no, but it
If it
won't
was
be
done, you
done
wouldn't be working on
until
it.
it's
So that's
done.
why you're seeing it. That's the whole point. Right? I think it's like a dream, right? Like in a dream, you have multiple characters, but really it all emanates from the same source. Yeah, you can have multiple characters all interacting and feeling like they're outside of you. Yet, that condition of that emanation of that dream of that simulation is it's an inner thing deep on a psychological subconscious level
But if we
that
use
creates.
that, then it'll never change out there because we'll always be at war with ourselves.
Well, you have to be at war with yourself. Like you have to put yourself in line and shit. You're your own
But
moderator. You
if
have to be
we're
your
always
own
going to be at war
If you
with
don't
ourselves,
moderate yourself, someone else will be the moderator.
Yeah.
exactly. But as long as there's still war within, there's always going to be war without, according to that way of
As
thinking.
within, as within, so without. Whatever.
I believe he as
As
within,
above,
see
so
without
below.
more
As
than
within,
he
so
has
without.
above, so below. Um, but if they're not ever going to change it, it's not going to matter what we do, because it's still going to happen. And
All that matters is what we do. All that matters is what you do in your mind. If we get rid of this shit, we're gonna see everything change.
well, that's why, since I don't think it can be changed here, that's why I figure the way out must be the butterfly cluster. It's
If there's
called
a
the
will,
splendors of the
if there's a
heavens.
will, there's a way.
Mm-hmm.
It turns out
The flap of
it's
a
where you
butterfly.
ascend and
The
overcome
flap of a butterfly's
reincarnation.
wings in Japan can create a hurricane in Louisiana. Whatever.
Yeah, I don't buy that because of the weather control technology.
Or you can
Well,
use
the
that way.
thing is, Paul, if we can get hold of all these technologies and have them used for good instead of having them being used in the ways they are now, this could be a wonderful world.
It could.
You know, it has the opportunity to flip on a dime because it's just taking what they're doing and reversing it, and people would
Right.
notice an effect right away. Right away.
Sophia saying she agrees with Cage. Well, I'm surprised. What we do doesn't matter. Think about the word matter, right? Matter is what creates the world.
Yes.
Actual matter. And like what we think matters literally creates matter. Like what we think on a subconscious level that matters literally formulates matter as we know it. You know? And it's very fucking funny because what is the number one thing that constitutes matter? Carbon, right? And carbon's the sixth thing, you know, the sixth
Six.
thing on the
Sixth
Yeah.
thing on the periodic table, and it's 6 electrons, 6 neutrons, 6 protons, as you know. So that's where the whole 666 comes from the matter, because what we focus on matters, which everyone kind of gets locked into.
And they're trying to cut down on all of that carbon as well, which won't that also make it harder for things to become matter that are good?
Why do they call, like, how come they correlate what matters to you as matter as what creates reality? You know, like, isn't that kind of, why do they do that? Obviously that's there for a reason, right? Anyone can kind of look at that and see it.
Hi, Spartan.
But there's a reason they're trying to cut down on the carbon. And if the carbon is the key to making thought patterns become matter.
I sent you that article. In Brazil, they're building a ring of towers to emit CO2.
Beloved Astra said we are Borg. She will be
Right?
assimilated.
Well, yeah, they are trying to
We're the Borg.
assimilate us, yes.
So our carbon tax went up today, right? And down in Brazil, they're pumping out CO2 from gigantic towers over the rainforest.
Right.
So explain the logic, Lucy.
Yes. Well,
Right?
what thought did I have on that yesterday?
How much did our carbon tax went up today by, what was it, 7% there, Cage? Something like that?
I'll pay attention.
Yeah. That's going to affect everything from the bottom up, every industry, every part of
I'm
the supply
over it.
chain.
I'm gonna give my. I'm over it. You know what? I realize everyone here, if you don't play their game, trust me, you're gonna work in a different game, and everything will be provided to you. So they could do whatever whatever they want, whatever game they want to pull, as long as you're you know who you are, and you don't play along with their nonsense. You'll be provided for. Everything will be fine for you. Everything will be provided.
I don't think
Yeah,
so.
in a
If you don't
camp.
fight for it,
It works for me.
if you don't fight for it, it won't be there.
Well, you got to fight for it. It works for me. I take this shit automatically.
Yeah. Well, that's why we talk about this stuff, is to raise awareness, to
Yeah.
give people points to talk about.
Closed
About other
mouths
people,
don't get fed, you know.
right? So we're trying to get the word out there, because there's many people that are still asleep to all of this, that are just going to go along. And the problem with that is you can try and separate yourself from the system, but eventually you'll just get taken along with the wave of people that do go along.
Right. But I
That's
still
like people
think
that want to escape to the outback, say I'm gonna take off and I'm not going to be part of this anymore. During the hi Christos, during the Australian lockdowns, they went to the outback first. That was the first place they went. Rounded up everybody out there. So they do the same thing here. There's nowhere to
Right.
go. You got to stand and fight.
Right.
Nice eyes, Chris. Though, so you got the shadow energy going. You're
I
going young.
hate
I love
Usos.
the eyes. Yeah.
You're going young and in with the fucking eyes, eh? Carl Young on us.
Yeah, maybe they're trying to get rid of all the plants. Aaron
Maybe
makes a good
9%.
comment there. At 2%, plants start to die. 0.2 or 0.02%. Yeah, more CO2, more plants. That's
Pamela Jean says, "Love you guys.
Hi, Pam.
Gotta go. Take care. Much love, Pamela."
Much love.
Yes, the current carbon levels are at 0.04%. Plants start to die at 0.02. So you're saying I'm double fucked? My plants are doing very well. I don't know about that. So.
Well, they do use CO2 emitters in grow houses to get a bigger yield. And yeah, they're doing that
My
in
plants are
Brazil.
going nuts right now.
Yeah. Yeah, right now all the smoke in the air might even be helping it. All the burning of the forests.
Well, I do grow indoors, and I have a filter, but the CO2 levels are probably being raised a little bit right now.
Yeah, you'd take out the particulate, but the CO2 would still get through.
Look at the CO2, yeah.
So yeah, and we get to pay tax for that. But people are catching on though in Canada. At least we've got that sellout.
I never knew burning wood smelled like burning wires and chemicals.
Yeah, a lot of people say it's got a very electrical, chemical kind of smell to it.
Yeah, who knows what they're doing?
Yeah, they could just be flying over with planes dropping chemicals or anything into it.
I find it interesting that you live on the 11th floor and all you can see is smoke, not fire.
Yeah,
And
the
you're
fires are pretty far away from me.
It's like you're encircled. You said you're in a ring of fire and you can't see fire, only smoke. I just find that intriguing.
Yeah. That is exactly what's happened. Even like the U.S. is on fire too in parts. Parts of Quebec, parts in Ontario. And yeah, me and Cage, we're right in the middle of a ring of fire, pretty much. So we get it like we get smoke every other day, pretty much. It comes in waves. You might get one day that's kind of clear, and then the next day it'll be smoky. How you doing, Christos?
Hey, I was just about to hop in here. Cage is on fire today. I like what he said just moments ago. You know, that the Great Spirit's going to provide for you, if you don't play into their BS. And I agree, It's just a matter of playing in a different cage or playing on a different game board.
Yeah.
And walking away as much as we can from their game board, even if there might still be some attachments with everything we do to get away.
Yeah. I've been thinking of trying to start a small business. I used to do renovations, but I hated that. So I don't want to do that again. Something where I sell something. I'm not sure what.
Well, if you're serious, Max, I could always take a bit of time out, and I'm really good at marketing. I'll get you so much business you won't even have enough time to deal with it.
Well, I don't know what I want to do though. That's the thing.
It doesn't matter as long as you put your fucking mind to it. You'll get it done.
Yeah.
The
only one I had so far was.
It does provide to it. Like you don't have this whole fiat system is an illusion. You know what I mean? This whole money thing. It's like I could print out a bunch of nonsense and make a bunch of retards run around on a treadmill that never ends with like a carrot that's poison on a fucking.
Yeah. Right now, if you have any spare money, you should be turning it into assets. Hopefully.
Max.
Oh, it's none of that. Like no matter what the fuck happens, if you really know who you are, it doesn't matter. You're always going to be provided for. In a way, as long as you take the action.
Yeah, as long as you're willing to do. Yeah, that's right.
Max, those little grounding battery thingies that you do, you could make those and sell them.
Yeah, I was thinking about that, but I'd have to fancy it up a lot
See,
more.
this is like fear-based shit, right? Like, oh, if you have money now, you have to invest into something. That means, in a way, I know it's like forward-looking, like yeah, you should invest and do all that
Yeah,
stuff.
you should be prepared for the future.
Yeah, but if you make that like your entire existence
Existed. No.
and you're relying on something that's like bullshit.
Oh, in most
I'm not
cases,
saying don't
if
keep it
something
above you.
happens,
Like,
you'd
I'm,
have
not-
to
I'm
walk
not saying
away.
like completely exit out of the fucking thing, but like
Yeah.
you know, you do have to play the game and kind of like feign. You have to feign compliance in a way and kind of go along with it and wait your turn and wait until like the proper moment to strike in a way. But it's you can't let it consume you where it's like, oh, I have to be careful now because
Oh no, I don't let anything
I
consume
want
me.
enough.
My God.
No, but if you're saving, it means like you're in a state of fear, thinking like you might not have like enough in
No,
there.
I believe in prepping.
Yeah, but
I don't
what do
live
you
in
mean?
fear.
Prepping for what?
Me? Well, right now I saved a
No,
bunch of
but
honey
prepping for what?
because
That's a state of fear. That
well,
means
no,
like you're thinking about like how I'm gonna get fucked. in the
that's called common sense. A farmer puts away a couple of years of food. Why? Because he might not have a great crop, right? I bought a bunch of honey because I knew
No,
honey was
but
going
I'm
to go
saying
up like
if you
gold.
do, sorry, Max.
So I use a lot of honey.
I'm sorry, Max, but if you do something in a way where you take into account quote unquote failure or anything that could go wrong, there is no failure. Failure is just a lack of
I
preparation.
don't consider buying extra supplies a
Prepare
failure.
properly. There is no failing. That's it.
I don't see how buying extra food has anything to do with failure.
No, it's not that, but I'm saying buying extra food means like you're accepting something at the subconscious level that food may not be available for you. You know what I mean?
I know exactly what you mean there because what has history proven to us? They will come in, they will remove you from your place, they will take all your shit, and you're by storing it up,
Again, you're
you're
playing the game with that
you're
shit.
playing the game that you're going to need this later. Yeah.
I need any of their fucking physical nonsense.
No,
Yeah,
that's a way to
I
go.
see what you're saying. Yeah.
I got what you're saying, but I don't consider buying food fear. But okay.
Well, no, I think he means like the preppers.
Yeah, I know what he.
It's like
There's
a
different degrees of
self-fulfilling prophecy.
preppers and prepping. So I know what Cage is getting at, and I hear where Mac's coming from too. Like, there's nothing wrong with having that reserve for whatever may occur. But I don't think Max is necessarily spending all his time like a doomsday prepper
No,
and just
Max
thinking all the
definitely
bad
doesn't do that.
things.
Max definitely
Right.
is not like that at all. But what I'm saying is like, this whole ideology, right? It's like if
Right.
you're lacking,
Yeah.
if you think in your mind you're lacking something, like, oh, I'm gonna be hungry, I might be starving in the future, so I have to carry this, and
Oh, yeah.
like
Well,
that's
you also
playing
have
the
to be
game.
prepared in
You
this.
can't play chess without an opposing force, right?
You also have to be prepared in this life to walk away from everything because that can happen too.
I am
It's not
You have to
something
absolutely
know
you
who
can.
you.
That's
I think
something
you
you
have to know
can't
who you
really
are
prepare for.
fundamentally, and everything will be provided for you as long as you
Yeah.
walk with truth and you know who you are. The show will be provided for you. It doesn't matter what game these idiots try putting onto us.
Well, there's lack of knowledge. People will perish for lack of knowledge, says the Bible.
Well,
Or my people.
this is complete knowledge. You know that
Yeah.
all knowledge is an opinion.
That's why
Yeah.
you try to gather as many perspectives and as much information as possible.
right.
It's all an opinion. It's all a code that's being written into the observer. So if you know that, you can write your own code.
Right. And that's what my advice is. Write
Right.
your own code.
Yeah, you can inject into the matrix or into reality what you like, or not what you like, what you need, and what you are. You're gonna do it either way, inadvertently, unknowingly. You're gonna do it either way, and that's what creates the reality around you. All of this nonsense, all this shit we see.
Yeah,
like
because
all the
history
shit people complain about are an aspect of themselves.
history repeats itself because people keep doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. So rewrite the script.
Yeah. Well, the route to control is pretty much the same, and been repeated throughout history.
And we have a lot of power too. Like, you know what's right. Like, do the right fucking thing. You know what it is. But we have to be more responsible for our own thoughts, because thoughts shape reality. Thoughts, emotion, and actions, right?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, Emmett agrees with you. Like, they want us to create a consciousness of lack when abundance is the real truth.
Yeah, we're abundant. We have everything we need. Everything is there. But they're trying to obfuscate it. You know, they're trying to hide it and obscure it, and try making it like, you know, it's like something of. For example, if everyone had diamonds inherently, and it was all diamonds just laying around on the ground instead of gravel, it was paved with diamonds.
Oh wow!
Diamonds would have no value, right? You have to obscure them and make them rare, even though all it is time and pressure. That's all it is. It's very easy to do. It's going to be done either way.
Yeah, there we go. We have the power, and the thoughts and intentions are what it's all about. Yeah. You're set for a month?
Chris was about to say something.
Oh, I'll hop in here in a second. I'm going to get my headset going. I'm still listening to you guys. I just got home from work, so I'll interject here in a moment, Cage. But what I was going to say, since I am talking now, I'll go more in depth here in a minute. But, I was just going to say, Cage, you're on point, bro. I don't know if you just smoked up or something, but you're in the zone right now, dog. I can see it.
Well, eventually, you got to get sick of things. Like, people don't want to hear it, right? You want to ease them into it. But eventually, you just have to say it how it is.
Yeah. Well, we create our own reality around us through our actions and how we interact and how we behave on a personal level. So society does the same type of thing.
The lips of wisdom are sealed except to the ears of understanding, right? It's like the ultimate principle that people always say, but it is very true, because a lot of the time people are stuck in their own kind of dogma or their morals. As you can see, like, these quote-unquote communities, they have a certain thing. If you don't believe in the things other people do, then you're ostracated from the thing. Like, so really, it's an agent. Like, pretty much this whole community is like a giant. Like, whoever's behind it is like the master agent, and they're fucking like controlling people to think in a certain way instead of having critical thoughts and their own.
Yeah, even those people that we say have woken up, are they truly awake? Like, are they aware now, or are they just aware of one thing and been programmed in a different way? Are we just programming
if you're
them
really
as well?
awake, if you're really awake, Max, then you probably know you're still sleeping in this reality. We're always
programmed.
almost like a dream-like reality.
Well,
where
always
even
programmed.
if you're awake, and it's like you're lucid dreaming. Even that is an illusion,
I know I used to lucid dream as a child, and I believe that I brought that on because all my dreams were nightmares. And it turns out, now that I'm older, that I was having futuristic dreams or present time dreams of all the horrors of this world. And so I had to learn how to control my dreams. And I think that is key. And maybe people can understand it worded this way better. Learn to control the nightmare to create your dream.
You're in control of it. You are the dream. The dream is not you.
We have dreams, we have wishes, we have dreams, so take control of the nightmare so that you can create your dreams.
Yep. Try and have control of your thoughts, emotions at all times. That's key. Yeah.
Awareness is many layered. Yeah. Awareness is like an onion. It's multifaceted, like a gem.
I would agree with that. Yeah.
So, there's many layers to it, many degrees, if you want to call it that.
Yeah.
So.
Yes, I agree with that as well. Many, many layers, sadly. They buried us really deep when they buried us, and we've got a lot of digging up to do.
Well, I've dug up so far that I'm eating the soil.
Right?
I'm just I'm renewing it in a way for now, because time is not linear, right? So we're all here for a reason. We're here to create the future in a way, whatever that may be.
Yeah.
It's all
I
about
think,
the now, but the past, the future, the now is all the same.
right. There
Different.
is no, right.
Hmm.
Past, future, now. We are creating, ourselves in the likeness of what we think reality should be. And
Yeah,
those who
I kind of
aren't in
think time is
control of it,
not a constant, but that it does move forward at all times. The records of time are
Flesky.
there, and the possibilities of future are there.
Emit Flesky says they had a really weird dream. Can you expand on that dream? Emit, there's something going on with the dreams lately.
say what now?
You don't
Stuck
want
in
to
a
keep
loop. I don't know if we're stuck in a loop there, Spartan. Could be.
It feels kind of like
Time loop. It's Groundhog Day every day.
every day. That's yes.
The layers you see when entering a lucid dream show how they stole the HD TV, the liquid crystals that we are made of, transceivers, receivers. It is very much. It is similar, Sam.
Like the snake eating its tail. See, I have a
Not
theory.
the Ouroboros, Paula.
The snake that eats its tail is
Yeah.
history repeating itself, is Groundhog Day. Take that head out of that ass. It's not the tail in the mouth, it's the head in the ass. Take the head out of the ass and straighten that shit up. And then we can
But they're
move
eating their
forward.
own nonsense. The
Yes.
Ouroboros is kind of funny because they're eating their own shit.
Yes, there's that. Yes.
Self-fulfilling prophecy. You're eating your own shit for eternity.
Yes. Yes. Thank you. Yes, somebody gets the thing that I've been saying for years. It's not supposed to be the fucking aurora borealis. Get your head. I call it head and ass syndrome. Get
your head out your ass, Paula.
Yes. I do my best. You know that.
I can see you. That's why I like you.
I like you too. And we even used to butt heads. So we are the perfect example of what we're trying to teach the others. I mean, actually, I had it. You were trying to tell me something that I couldn't understand at the time. And I got all pissy with you.
Yeah, I can see. I don't remember any of that, but I can see you're trying to understand and you're on the path of understanding.
Yes, that's.
You're going outside of quote unquote Paula into someone deeper.
Similar to the way me and Paula met here, Cage. It's very similar to the way me and Paula met. So and that was 7 or 8 years
Max
ago.
too. That's why I fuck with you and Max and
Paul. You
guys are.
I usually make friends with the ones I butt heads with first. I mean, isn't that how it really goes in this world, though? When you fight a guy, they have respect for you.
Yeah, stand up for yourself. You
stand up for yourself.
What you think,
but
right?
Nowadays, everyone grabs guns and shoots each other.
Yeah, put your weapons away.
You fight a little bit and then you hug after and
hug it out.
No, me and Paul have been friends for 8 years since so
yeah. I'm looking forward to being friends with all the other people I butted heads with here recently too.
Exactly.
I have goosebumps just thinking about it.
And it's all about understanding and patience, right?
Yes, patience is key.
Yeah. People don't listen very well these days.
Maybe they misunderstand you today and they won't misunderstand you tomorrow. Because that's what happened the other day in Phil's video. That guy he wanted to misunderstand everything I was saying. I wasn't yelling. I wasn't screaming. I was talking to him like I'm talking to you guys right now. And he just wanted to twist everything I was saying and misunderstand me. And there was nothing I was going to say
Paula.
that was going to change his mind. So I left. I know, right?
Well, that's typical. That's the internet for you.
Isn't it welcome to the machine?
Yeah, to the machine, to Saturn, to Kronos, to the machine, whatever you want to
Yeah.
call it.
Yeah, I haven't had much exposure to stuff like that.
Nonsense.
So these trolls that I've run into about 3 or 4 trolls in my time doing this, and at least that I would call trolls.
That's
And
all.
I find them entertaining, actually. I don't know if it's because I only run into them every once in a while or whatever, but I find them hilarious. The I try to figure out the motivation of some of them, and I don't know. It's interesting. Angry little people.
They don't have any motivation. That's the issue. It's
Yeah,
an
I said,
automatic force, right? You can have one. You can have an up without a down. You cannot play chess or checkers without an opposing force. You cannot play the life or the
well,
game
if
of
people
life
want to
without an
play with
opposing force.
me, if
So
people want to
it's like a
continue,
natural thing they're not even aware of. They're not even
if
aware of
people
it. They're
want,
just
I just changed my settings on my live chat like London Man did yesterday. And I've been meaning to do it, so he reminded me. Nobody can say anything in my live chat until they've been subscribed to me for 20 minutes. And if they really want to come in there and and pick a fight with me, I want to start a fight, they're going to have to be patient and wait 20 minutes.
oh look, we got Aaron's Energy 313 saying Thoth, the thrice great Hermes Trismegistus. Yeah.
Oh, hey, Toth. How you doing? No, Toth came
The
in.
great, the thrice great.
Yeah, Toth is our resident troll, so...
Yeah, well, let's go into the serpent energy. We'll go complete serpent on them.
Okay.
The serpents think they're wise.
How you doing, Thoth? Good to see you.
Let's get into
It is?
hermetics, right?
No.
I
Let's go
like
into the
Thoth.
grand
I love
Pymander.
Thoth.
I
I don't agree with him much, but...
I just
Max,
don't
you know
like
who the
him.
Pymander is, right?
Huh?
Refresh me.
The grand dragon, the grand serpent, the master of
Okay, yeah,
space reality and Malkuth.
okay. I have some...
It's a serpent fucking worship, which actually is Hermetic principles, which I've learned. If you look into the secret teachings of all ages, which I showed you earlier, by Manly P.O., it completely, all this bull, Mithras, all these Hermeticism, they're all leading back. All of this shit leads back to the same thing. And it's the demiurge, as the Gnostics say, or the Ouroboros, as Paula said earlier. It is the snake. It's a serpent.
The twin
Yes.
serpent or the one serpent?
And even in our own brain, right? We have the mammalian brain. We have the reptilian brain.
Right.
Yeah.
We have the...
There's the Kundalini serpent. There's 2 serpents of the Kundalini. There's the Kundalini and the Kunda buffer, so it's a double serpent.
The double caduceus.
Yeah. Same thing, yeah.
Right. Might it be that we have to train the serpent to think correctly, to turn it from its wicked ways?
There's nothing wrong with a serpent. The serpent's just an animal. It's just a figure, right?
Yeah.
It's using
that
archetype. It's using that archetype as a sneaky thing. It's a serpent.
Yeah, because it's like energy. It's a physical, like energy type thing you can relate to. Yeah.
It's like saying one thing and then doing another, and it's projecting certain things onto people.
The serpent is a liar.
Which you would not. Yeah, it's a liar. Like, you're projecting things onto people you wouldn't put to yourself. That's pretty much what it boils down to. So I actually, the way I do it, my mentality is I project and I make sure it happens. I put people in a better position, and I treat people as better than I treat myself. And trust me, I treat myself very well. So I treat other people better than I treat myself. And I feel like if we did that, we wouldn't be any... If everyone did that, we'd not be in any of this mess. We'd not be in any negative situation. If you treat other people better than you treat yourself, not even treating them how... because if I said I treat other people how I treated myself, I could be a sadistic, fucked up person. I could treat people very bad. You can really obscure that. So I'm going to treat people better than I treat myself.
That's the golden rule plus, right? Yeah. The golden rule is do unto others as you would do unto yourself.
No, it's beyond that. I'm going to do
that's what I'm saying. You've taken it a step up from that, right? to do
Love
better
your
unto
neighbor
others.
as yourself. Do unto others as you would have them do unto
No,
you.
but you do better than
Hmm.
you do unto you or
And
do
you
unto
do
yourself.
one
Yeah,
better.
so his
You
would
Yeah.
be
take
do
control
better
of that.
unto others. Yeah, that's awesome.
And me and Thoth do agree on a lot of things. So it's not that I don't like him. It's just that sometimes I don't like him.
I always love Thoth, even when I don't agree with him, which is often, but it's fun. I like the opposing point of view. He kind of brings a mainstream kind of view to it. So,
Well, see, I think when I don't agree with him, when I'm not liking him, is when he's just being a bull in a china shop. He just came in there to just bull in a china shop and just,
sometimes it seems like that. Yeah.
But when
So
he's
to say,
using
mad
the
guy
words
nation.
properly, then I like
Yeah.
him.
Yeah, Cage.
Hey,
Yeah.
Paula, you say mad guy nation. Yeah, you're an adeptus. What are you, a hierophant? Now you're a mad guy. And you're a
Right.
Mega Nation.
Yes. Yes.
I haven't heard of that one before.
Well,
Listen,
the
some
cards.
people are so adept, if you want to
Mhm.
call it that. Some people are so into this, they're just letting it play out. You know, you could easily pull the plug. You just let it play out and see what happens.
Yep.
Yeah.
I like watching things go.
And he does say, Thoth does say some funny shit sometimes too.
He's got some good knowledge sometimes.
Yeah, he does. He
Yeah.
does.
Of course he
Maybe
does.
it's a
It's in
love-hate
the name.
relationship.
Very
You
much
got to take the
good.
good and the bad, right?
The thrice great. The greatest great.
The greatest great of great, I guess, because it's 3 times, right?
Well, it's funny how great is also used, like a super great. You know, it has a whole bunch of shit flying into it. A great.
A great, yeah, a sewer grate,
A great's used in different ways, right? You can be
yeah,
great, or
a
you can.
cheese grater.
To be great, you have to be a great.
Right. Yeah. Right. And also, since Thoth is here, I'm just fucking with him like he does me. If he can't take it, he shouldn't dish it out. I'm just saying.
Sitting on the bank watching the river flow. Nice. I use chat rooms to vent sometimes. Okay. I don't know.
You're in a safe place.
Yeah. You can vent here, damn it. Yeah, I was trying to catch the entirety of your dream there, Emmett. I have to go way back. He had a fight or something in this dream he was talking about. Remember you thought the dream was interesting? Where was that?
We got
Way up
the
there.
ocean saying Thoth. I should be doing comedy in Vegas or whatever the fuck.
The Ocean's funny. She's hilarious.
But the ocean, you know what's funny? They have a name for that, and what they call it is, I don't even know if I should say it on it. They call it mirth. Mirth is king.
You can say whatever you want.
That's mirth is king, right? So a lot of people have that mindset. It's given to you for a reason. You know what mirth is? You know what? Search up the term mirth is king.
Sure. Yeah, I think the Ocean has been an entertainer for a
It's
good
something
part
called the
of her life.
Royal Order of the Jesters. Bass.
Amusement, especially expressed as laughter, is what the definition says. But it's in the Bible.
It is a divine concept.
Gladness, rejoicing.
It is pretty funny if you look at it, but they're sick in their head. You know, they're court jesters, if you want to call them that. So it's used as let's lighten it up. Let's go into your feelings and make you laugh about it, even though there's nothing to laugh about at all. The joke is on us, I guess. On me, on you, on everyone.
That which is disrespectful. Okay. Thought you were breaking it up there, Sam. I thought you were busting up the house there for a
At
second.
4:44, Paul is saying, "Be right back." 4:44 out here. Perfect.
Oh,
time.
cool. I grew up in house number 444.
Oh, perfect. Everything leads back to the source.
Yeah. Yeah, I wonder, that'd be a fun viewing to go from your lifetime now, just zoom right back to source from your first existence, or go back to the first existence, the one, through all your lives in a zip. That'd be hilarious. Just all the shit flying by. All the different lives coming by. 'Cause I think all of us have been here. Well, we have all been here since the beginning. At least I think so.
Yes,
Paul,
we have all been here
tell me
since the
more
beginning.
about
Yeah.
444.
Yes, please.
I don't know much about 444.
No.
Oh, I like Monty Python, Toth. Always look on the bright side of life. I don't know. I'm kind of a fan of So Long and Thanks for All the Fish, too.
What does 4 plus 4 plus 4 equal?
12.
How many months are there?
12. Yeah.
Well,
What is 1
Well-
plus 2?
or 13.
Yeah.
It could be
Yeah,
13
3.
months.
What is 1 plus 2?
1
3.
plus 2 is 3.
What is the magic number?
3. Cool.
What is
Okay.
the Trinity? What do all these, all these Abrahamic religions, all these religions go back to the Trinity, or the 3 aspects, right? What is the thought, emotion, and action?
Mm.
So it all leads back to it.
Cool.
Nice.
We got the
But
12
you said,
we're all going on that calendar.
didn't you mention source or something
Thank you, Emmett.
with the
Yeah.
444?
Oh. No, I was
When-
talking about something different.
No, when Cage first said that, I said be right back at 444. What he said right at that moment, I missed some of it.
Oh, I said that I grew up at House 444. House number
After Cage said something, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said he grew up at 444.
And you said,
Oh, he was pointing out the that 4 equals 12. 12 is 3.
okay, so I'm going to have to
Numerology,
rewatch this later then because he said something about source or something.
Some things are not supposed to be said. Already, Paul.
Okay, so I'll just rewatch it later. Okay.
Yeah, we gotta play the game a little bit.
Right. I hear ya. I get it.
I did say earlier, though, if you search up John Cage, and there's something called 433 by John Cage, and it's like a whole classical orchestra, except there's no noise and there's no sound to it at all. It's completely silent. And what I said at the beginning is you'll probably learn a lot more from the silence than you never would, from hearing a bunch of
I'm
people
going to
talk.
look that up too.
Search
Also,
up John
4 is,
Cage 433 if we're talking about fours.
yeah, I will look into that. 4 is also the foundation, also. Without 4 corners, there's no
There's definitely
foundation.
hidden meaning. I just learned about that today too. It's very weird. It's hilarious. It's fucking hilarious.
Oh, you just learned that today about the 4 and the foundation?
No, the 433 by John.
Oh, the
by,
433, yeah.
John Cage. Yeah.
Pronounced 4 minutes 33 seconds, or just 433.
Just type 433 John Cage. I'll pull it up.
I did.
Yeah, you'll see it there.
Why is 433 so controversial? 433 musical compilation by John Cage was created in 1952 and first performed on August 29th of that year. It quickly became one of the most controversial music works in the 20th century because it consisted of silence, more precisely ambient sound, what Cage called the absence of intended sound. Interesting.
It's definitely interesting. It's something I have to look deeper into.
So does he have is there a sample of this?
Well,
There
you
we
can
go.
search it up. It's from like the 50s, 40s.
There we go. Let's
Cage
take a
from-
look at Cage.
It's like Grandpa Cage.
It is. He's on a piano there. John Cage.
And now, a performance of John Cage's 433. Please welcome our soloist, William Marks.
That's not Cage. That's Mark.
Is this what you did earlier, Cage? This is what Cage did earlier.
I suppose his cough was part of the performance. Okay.
It's fucking hilarious.
See how interesting it is? Silence.
Yes.
No. No. You're seeing something I don't see. I'm envious. I hear people coughing.
That's the point. That's the music.
That's awesome.
It's gone. It's fucking John Cage, 433. You understand?
No, I don't get what's going on here. It's just kind of a waste of time.
Well, there is no sound. That's the point.
Okay.
The sound is your own thought. The sound is a
Okay, so there's
word that you
about,
just decide to speak.
does this have anything to do with 432 hertz?
No, it has to do with 433. Cage.
I guess I'm not deep enough to get what I'm watching.
Oh man, here's the main part. Listen carefully.
Okay.
Listen carefully.
Okay. Okay. I'll really put my concentration into this.
Listen carefully. Listen carefully.
Hold on, let me put my ear right to the speaker over there. Oh, hold on, I've got headphones on. This is just so deep.
It's like waiting to exhale.
Yeah, I didn't like that either. Right, Karen Lynn?
The suspense is killing me.
Is it? I bet he could go on like this for a long time.
I bet it could.
It's beyond time.
Let's see. How long
Timeless.
how long does he do this for? Another 3 minutes.
All right, before we suffer
Close
through
it
that
again.
all.
Close it.
Here,
Close
here.
it.
I put another thing from Cage in the private. Oh no, he moved he changed the. There you go.
Yeah, we're
But I
not
put
getting a lot
another
of
one in there. One
We're not
noise.
getting a lot of movement out of his movement here.
Yeah, it's 4 minutes and 33 seconds of this. So I put another one in the private though, if you want to hear some music.
See, guys,
Okay, I
Canadians are
nabbed it.
weird.
The other,
I admit it.
uh,
Oh, he is playing piano. Okay.
He's not
yeah, I'm trying
playing it.
characters since we're in Canada.
Hold on. Oh, that's the wrong one.
Go get it.
Music changes. Okay.
Yeah, get high later, Max, and watch that again. It's great.
It's great.
It's great.
Beloved
So
Astro
great.
said you've seen this a long time ago. I'm
Yes,
sure you
me
have.
too. I remember it. Yes.
You guys hear that?
Yes, I hear that.
So,
Okay. Beloved seeing it. Is he a trained musician?
search up Cage.
Just tell me. Let's see. What was his name? John Cage.
Remember earlier when you asked Cage a question and he was talking about he was being shut down on another channel? And you asked him a question and he was silent.
Cage spent 2 years under Schrodenberg at USC and UCLA. And although Schrodenberg's tutelage proved fruitful, and he remained a lifelong influence on the young composer. He needed to part ways with his mentor in order to develop a completely new and innovative style of music. So he is a trained musician. There we go.
Oh, he's a legend.
I've never heard of him before.
Same. That's the point. Until now.
It's kind of like jazz. Axis
Pretty much
hate
what it is.
frequency.
What Cage is trying to do here, he's trying to go against what they're trying to say is music. And you smash a bunch of shit together and call it whatever you want.
Yeah, using the keys that don't match.
Yet they work, so it's, they create something way stronger though.
Yeah, very
it's almost like when
punctuated.
two people don't get along with each other, all of a sudden they do.
Yeah. Very punctuated, beloved. I agree. Yeah, I don't know how good this is for you, but I wonder what the effects are, like frequency-wise, on the body of this. Karen Lynn says punch.
We got book 2 apparently.
Tom and Jerry. I don't.
Tom and
Sounds
Jerry,
like something.
too.
Yeah. Yeah. They probably used some of his music or something like it in the earlier cartoons.
It sounds like a cat chasing a mouse on a keyboard.
To be honest, if you look at human beings, this is how most humans sound. If you look at it.
Give me a headache. Yeah, it would go well in a movie. I agree. Sets like a discordious mood, you know?
I personally like the silent one better. It was hilarious.
Yeah, I thought he was like a comedian. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, he is a comedian, yes.
All right, the ocean. It hurts. Okay. Yeah, it's kind of scrambling my noggin a bit too.
Silence is way better.
Silence is way better.
Yeah,
Silence is golden. Yeah.
Yeah, even just the human voice, much better.
That's what it taught us, I guess.
Yes. Which was what Cage was doing earlier. Aww.
We lost
He'll be
Cage.
back. Or unless he's making another point, that little smartass. I'll bet he did that on purpose.
Maybe. A lot of great musicians of the past had perfect pitch. Well, we were talking about punctuation, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh, man. Yeah, get real high later and go watch that silent one again. I remember my mom
We watched most of it.
There he is. Did you do that on purpose, Cage? Tell me I'm right.
It was out of my control.
It was out of your control? It was perfect timing, I thought.
Oh, what time? What time period? What timeline are we on, Paula?
Now.
Yeah, live in the now, Cage.
Came back on now.
Yeah, huh?
Thanks for that. We were worried about you.
I wasn't worried.
Well, Toronto's being run by a Chinese mayor right now. Who knows how many...
You want to hear something really weird, Max? I got kicked out, and then it said I was blocked.
Really?
Yeah, it said I was like literally blocked, even though you never blocked me. So I had to come back in.
Oh, that's weird.
But most people would be like, oh, they get offended or something. Oh, Max blocked me, even though he never did. You know?
Yeah, I never block anybody, really. Unless they're a total troll.
Yeah, they like to do that. It's like when I got a strike the other day for some video I made last month. They sent me an email stating that they removed the video because it came against their community guidelines. But then when you click the link that goes to the video that isn't there anymore, it says the video was removed by the user. Bullshit. Bullshit. I got the email that proves they took it down, not me.
All right, even Toth agrees. John doesn't block people. Nope.
Nope. If he did, Thoth would be one of those that were blocked. The proof that Thoth can speak and be put on screen is proof that Max don't block nobody.
Because
Thoth will make you want to block.
Compose is weird. I put another song in the private. I think Paula would like it, and you would like it if you would play it.
Oh, that would be great.
Yeah, I found this random disc when I was younger, and I used to play it like like an old CD player thing. I randomly found this disc. Never ever heard in my life about these people.
Yeah, I'll get a strike for playing that, I think.
Yeah, you won't be able to monetize it. It'll be like, I don't think you're monetizing it either way, but yeah.
I'm not monetized, so
it's not gonna strike your actual channel though. It'll see you're not allowed to monetize. You don't do it anyway, so it's not gonna really make a difference.
I'm not sure.
The realist. How you doing? Good to
I'm
see
not
you.
sure who said take the chance. Oh crap! Who set you off, realist? Who said something that inspired you to come up here, bro?
Oh no, Max inspires me to come up here. I just was making time. That's all. That's all I need is for Max to
Okay.
continue
Oh
doing what
man.
he's doing. There's not many people that's discussing the current affairs that's going on in the world right now. So
Yeah.
definitely must watch. Max is must watch right now.
Thank you,
Yes.
realist. Much love to you. Thank you for being a fan.
Much love.
Much love, McCoy.
Oh, salute, Cage. Hey, Paula.
Hey, yeah, I think they struck me because they knew I was going to go live Saturday with McCoy. So now it's postponed a week. I think they're on to me.
Hey, Karen.
Oh,
Yeah,
How you doing, hon?
Oh, what's up, Karen?
Well,
Karen Lynn.
hi, Karen.
hey,
Good
they're
to
on
see you.
Dallas. Yeah, my computer crashed. I'm doing good, surprisingly.
Why is that surprising?
Um, because I literally have been just ill.
Hmm.
Yeah,
What are you sick of?
I'm sick of lies.
Hmm.
You're sick of lies, huh?
Yeah,
And deception. Yeah.
amen.
And deception. Lies and
Yeah,
deception.
yeah. I'm tired of it. I am so just wishing.
You're sick
Yeah,
and
Okay.
tired of being
So
sick and tired, huh?
So, Karen, so are you just now? Okay, so you're just now getting sick and at what point did you start getting sick and tired?
Hmm.
2001.
Hmm.
2001, you've been sick and tired?
21 years.
Wow.
22
22
years.
years?
That'll wear on you.
Yeah.
Amen.
So so this is you at sick and tired. I'm waiting to. When will you be outraged? I want to
Oh,
see.
my.
At this point, you should be outraged. That
I
fire's
would have
been
gave I
burning.
would have gave everything lead
Hold on,
therapy. I would
hold
have
on.
pulled the plug a long time ago. Lead therapy.
Hold on.
Let me
Yeah, that's
answer
what I'm
the
saying.
question.
Her fire has been raging for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, hold on. Let me tell you. Let me tell you what happens when I get outraged. You do not want to see me when
Yeah.
I lose my temper.
Well,
No,
let's.
Well, if there's,
It would be good
it
to see.
becomes,
We need people to
yeah,
be
that's what I was gonna
moving
say.
the
If there's,
tempo.
I think it might need to.
all right. Well,
Yeah.
let's do it.
Yeah. Maybe
Let's
that'll get
let's
Let
your
it
start this
health
out.
back.
party
Let it out.
going, man.
I think that'll
Worldwide.
revive you and rejuvenate you.
Yeah, you
Instead
got
of
to let it out. Let it
yeah,
all hang out. Yeah.
yeah. If you're sick of it and mad as hell, you gotta say it loud, right?
Max, I did.
Take some action.
Max, I did take a few notes
I
that I
did
would
a
Awesome.
that I would like to address real quick. But if Karen has something to say, go ahead, Karen. I'm sorry.
a card reading for myself before our remote view last night.
Yeah.
Every single card that I pulled was a major arcana card. And I used the cards that are American Indian.
Do you know where this? You know where these
They're
practices?
telling me exactly what you guys are telling me.
Hey, Karen, you know where
It's
Excellent.
these
like,
practices come from, right? You know you have the major arcana, the minor arcana, or the microcosm or the macrocosm.
Mhm.
Really,
there's
you
22
know where these.
cards in the tarot that are arcana cards.
No, but if
Um,
you believe in that a card can dictate your future,
no, it's not dictating anything. It's telling me what the energies of the earth
what
are.
energy? Where is this
Listen,
coming from?
Well, it's a connection. It's the connective energy.
right? It's the all. It is the
But
source.
it's all about belief, right? So if you believe that these cards have some sort of,
No, it's
if I could
not what
pull out
you
a random
believe,
card and
darling.
dictator
Belief
and be
is
like, oh, you're gonna move like this, some of the,
Oh, it's
you know,
not
you
Well,
like
have
that,
to
Cage.
know.
It's not like
well,
that, Cage.
well, yeah. I think she's saying she knows. She didn't use the term belief, so let's be fair
Right.
with.
so what you're
Yeah.
using, you're
It'd
using
be
the
more of
card
a
to confirm.
confirmation of what
So you're using the
she's
card to
thinking.
confirm what you already know. Right?
Yeah.
So what is that? Where does that knowing come from, and how is it constructed, and where is it? How does it
That
formulate itself?
knowing
Well,
comes from 65 and soon going to be 66 years
So you're
revolving
saying,
around the
so you're saying
sun, never
the basis of knowing is time. So
stopping.
you're saying,
Hush,
so should we
hush.
worship Saturn? Should
Let
we
me
worship
answer a
Saturn? Worship
yeah,
question.
go ahead.
Saturn?
Karen,
Yeah,
All of you,
Cage,
shut up.
let her finish. Let her finish.
Be gentle, Cage. Be gentle. She's 66 for crying
so
out loud.
Karen,
Of
what
course,
were you
she's
saying?
66.
What were you saying, Karen? See, I like to hear people's thoughts, man. It's just, it's I already
Yeah,
know what.
she wasn't saying that the cards rule her or tell
Still,
her what to do
Yeah, but
or
I'm just
No,
anything
saying
like
it
that,
confirms
Cage.
I'm
something in her own
it
saying
mind.
doesn't matter.
It
Let
just
that
people
confirms.
So where
complete
do the
their
cards come
thoughts.
from, and where does the confirmation of
Well,
what you
she
already
before,
believe
but
from?
look, Case, the thing is, a lot.
in
Look, so
every
Case,
culture, listen, in every culture, there is people who know where and why mass, vibration, and frequency is the reality. And that does influence all of our eternal sparks, our divine, unique contribution to lifting us out of this violent, sacrificial fuckery. Less than 1% of this planet own 99% of the wealth. That may not remain.
Well, look, you're in a cage with 100, right? So you have 99% this way, 1% that way. That means there's an opposition. There's a divide and conquer tactic going on. What if I don't play in those realms?
Absolutely.
I'm not any of those at all. I don't play in that shit. What about that?
my thing is,
Cage is playing outside, trying to play outside the system
I,
and get
I,
outside it.
I understand that, but this is how we get to know each other and get to know our thoughts and how different perspective on things. And if we don't hear each other out,
Absolutely.
what's the point of being here with others? You could stare at the goddamn mirror and talk to yourself. We want to
That's
hear.
what we're doing right now. We're literally looking in the mirror and talking to ourselves. That's
That's what you're
exactly.
doing right now.
No,
That's
that's
what
what we're
speak
doing. All of us.
speak for yourself. You can only speak for yourself.
No.
No.
Yeah, you're right.
So
I
we're
can
all
only
in, so
speak
we're
for
all in Canada
myself.
right now. So are we all in Canada right now? No, we're in different parts of the world right now. We're individuals.
I
Right.
would agree with that.
So our energy
Look,
spreads across the globe.
McCoy, in a dream, you feel like, this outside thing is not in Canada. It's beyond even like countries and shit.
All right.
You feel like
Husband
you're
all
outside.
has a
My
tail.
point is, everyone here allows you to complete your thought. Why is that not this lady can't complete her thought? Why can't we
I
just?
am
Why can't
completing
she
it.
just express her thought?
Hello, Kitty.
We hear her thought, and then we
This
add
is
on to
your
it.
Lancelot.
I didn't mean to come off that way. I thought I
That's
was
the
letting people
pants,
complete their thoughts,
not a
but
snack
yeah, I'll
pack.
shut up. I'll fall back and let people speak. My bad for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but don't leave.
Yeah. Thank you, Cage.
I'm always here. I don't leave.
Okay.
Coming from a man. Noah doesn't believe that men can read cards as well as women. I don't know if that's true or not. Could be. It's possible.
Well, why do you think the divine female was written fucking out of the story? Completely. I'm
Lots of
sorry,
different
but that
theories on that one. Right now, I think
Yes,
I think
there
they're
are.
trying to push the divine feminine on men.
You know,
Yeah,
They've
they are,
been,
and that's not going to work.
this is why I'm here, because I love hearing you guys' different perspectives. Because no one
Lance
knows
has
it
something
all.
to
If
say.
you think
Yeah.
you know it all, you're a fool. Only a fool thinks he
No,
knows.
nobody
So
knows it all.
I want to hear different perspectives, and I really
Yeah.
appreciate you guys and the different perspectives.
Yeah.
Thanks for that, Cage.
I mean,
yeah.
because this Karen, the her, I mean, for her to, but I haven't spoken really to anyone, with the perspective that she has. She's a older woman. She's European. I don't know what descent she is, and I just think it's, we even like that's what I appreciate about Christos. Also, is the fact he's a very young man, and just have different perspectives on, and
Hmm.
I mean, it's very that's I don't know that maybe that's just me, but that's I see the appeal in that's why I'm here. I already know
Yeah.
my own thoughts. I already know how I feel. I want to hear others' perspective because they
Hmm.
might say one thing that might spark something within me,
Yeah.
something that I don't know or haven't thought of before. Even though I may be able to complete her sentence, she might say something slightly off that might change the frequency within my mind and my existence and head me in a different direction. So I'm just saying, I don't know. That's why I'm here.
Bro, I feel you. I feel
Yeah.
McCoy. It's like you hear someone, right? Because everything is within the aggregate. So you hear someone within the aggregate, and it kind of like sparks something within you, right?
Yeah.
Like it's like another, it's like another key piece to the puzzle that we call life, that we have to kind of learn and adapt to.
Yeah.
Right.
Oftentimes, when we hear something like an opinion or a view we don't agree with, it's kind of human nature to want to jump in and correct that person instead of just letting them express the entire view and just absorbing that instead of interjecting to try to correct with what your views are.
I would like,
That's a challenge. That's a challenge for almost everyone that I know
I
to
would,
overcome.
I would like to hear her finish what she was trying to say earlier,
Oops, we
about,
lost her. Come back, Karen Lynn.
she said, I've been here for 66 years, and then she was going to say something, and then she mentioned the cards, and she was going to say something,
She's
and I
talking about
don't,
the energies around her.
yeah, but she was sick and tired. She was going to explain, but
Yeah,
Yeah,
she hasn't
I
even had a
really
chance.
want.
since 2001. There she is.
We want
Yeah,
to hear why she is sick and tired.
Yeah, and since 2001. Yeah,
yeah. Or what sparked this? Yeah, what
yeah,
initiated this? This.
transformation.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
transformation, yeah. So we want to hear your story about how you became sick and tired.
I was in charge of, I was put into a situation where I became a professional in a large accounting firm worldwide, KPMG. And I was in charge of the computer systems, the updates, facility moves for 11 offices
mhm.
in the Western region, including Alaska and Hawaii. I've lived in Micronesia for 2 years.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but is there something up with your audio? Because I'm trying to make out every word, but some
Yeah.
words come in clearly and some are muffled. So
Ah,
if that will help, but I really am intrigued by what you have to say, and I want to hear every word you're saying. I'm sorry. I just
Thank you, McCoy. Yeah.
thank you.
Okay, so we were up to where you were working at an accounting firm. If you could sit down and
Yes.
put the phone stationary somewhere in front of you, that would be helpful. So
Okay.
move around
All
less.
right. The cat left. The cat was sick of it. He said, I'm out. Damn it. You're getting weird.
Yeah.
All right. Let me put it down.
Let's see how the audio is. And can you sit forward towards your phone a bit?
Oh, God. All right. I'll try.
That sounds good. You
That
sound good
audio
there.
is perfect. That sounded
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah, that's great.
Cool.
So just keep your face aimed at the phone so we can hear everything.
All right. I was protected by a rabid dog husband who wanted to go with me everywhere. He would show up at work and threaten coworkers if I find you chasing her, making any advances, I'll kill you. And he'd get a knife out. So he's part of the scene. I decided, fuck it, I'm so sick of this shit. You know, I lost my father. He died. My mother's dead. My heart's broken. I'm in charge of millions. Now the cat's dead. Millions of dollars of equipment and information that was so private that nobody but the upper echelon knew. You know, and you get into this situation where people are asking you to ignore too evil. And I just can't do that.
Yeah.
So I got on a plane to Hawaii, got hit up by
Your voice is roboting.
Marine.
Are you moving around a lot there, Karen?
Oh my God.
We can't hear you that well. Now your voice is completely gone.
My husband, but that's so you
Okay, you're gonna have to you're gonna have to recap for us,
Oh
Karen.
God, it just went from bad to worse.
Okay, so you were in
After the
Hawaii.
Orange County move, which went off wonderfully despite the fact I'd been in an accident, rear-ended off the 405.
We're not
Orange
catching
County
much
move.
of this.
Everybody's, nobody's getting where, nobody's being hacked. Servers are up. I think I had 50 people reporting to me.
Wherever the
Karen,
wherever
Yeah.
the phone is laying, it's not a good spot. It
Yeah.
keeps freezing you completely.
Yeah.
freezing.
you gotta
What's happening is
you gotta
the cat
change the yeah, you gotta do something different, Karen.
is that better?
Cats are very staticky too.
Yeah.
Crap.
We didn't catch any of that story really.
Okay,
Yeah,
well,
it kept freezing.
Yeah. We missed like the entire thing.
oh, crap. Well, it's
At
a
66,
little bit
that's the
of
last thing you want to hear.
I'm not going to tie John up like this. I lost my job in 2001.
Okay.
All right, I'm sorry.
It's still freezing. Why?
I rebuke. I rebuke.
Let me
this
go out
Maybe
and come
just
back
take the
in.
maybe
I
just
rebuke
take
Yeah,
the
this
try
camera off.
that.
confusion and
Maybe
send
go
it
to a
back
different
to where
room
it
as well.
belongs.
Or take the
I rebuke
camera off.
this confusion and
Yeah,
send
turn
it
your
back to
camera
the
off as
cage
well.
where it comes from.
All
Yeah,
right.
if you
Maybe
turn
take
the camera off, that
This
might fix your
confusion,
yeah,
audio.
just
and
take
I
the
send
camera
it
off.
back
I'm agreeing with you,
to the
KJ. I hear you
cage
about
where
that.
it comes from.
Okay,
I
let's see.
rebuke this confusion and send it back to the cage where it comes from.
How do I do this? Oh,
So it's at the
there.
bottom.
Okay.
There you go. Now, hopefully that'll help, but also try to make Kitty go away.
Kitty went away.
Okay, that might help. Okay. So wherever
Okay,
you had your phone when you first came up here, make sure your phone is there also.
All right. Hang on.
You almost settled there, Karen?
I'm 7.
Okay. We're
All
listening.
right. So the last we caught of your story was you moved to Hawaii.
No. I went to Hawaii to do the professional review of the technicians there.
Okay.
But on the flight, I got I got picked up by a Marine.
I think your audio is cutting right out, Karen.
Yeah, I don't think she's aware that to aim her voice at the
Yeah.
microphone, she
You have
turns
to
her.
stay looking at the phone. Don't turn away and talk.
Yeah, aim your voice at the
If
microphone.
you turn away, if you put your gaze up and look away and talk, we can't hear you.
It gets muffled. It's not
Yeah.
clear.
Mm.
So use it as if your phone is a microphone.
Yeah.
Just speak
Without
into the
that.
microphone.
Mine is like delayed almost 15 seconds from you guys.
That
Yeah.
sounds great.
It
That
sounds
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
Hold it there and tell us your story.
All right. Well, I ended up having a horrid love affair with this Marine that picked me up on the plane. Got me drunk. The first time I'd been drunk in I'm playing
First time you've been drunk in how long?
10 years.
Okay.
10 years.
10 years. So by the time I got home to Orange County, this is bad. All right.
Yeah, we're not getting anything, Karen.
Fuck it.
I'm sorry, hon. That is your audio.
That
You're
is-
going to have to straighten out your audio or get like
Her
a
connection's
headset.
not good. I
Yeah,
think she doesn't have a
could be
good internet
connection.
connection. You might want to try. Well, there she went. You might want to
Yeah.
try going out and coming back in.
I don't want to hear it, so it's not going to work. I want to hear your nonsense witchcraft. You fucking dirty fucking witch.
That's
Enough.
Cage.
I'm
What?
sorry. I'm sorry. I'm going to have to say it.
Apologize for that, please.
I
Yeah.
apologize, but you're a dirty witch. I love you, though.
What?
No.
It's not going to work. You can hear me, though, right?
No, it won't work. It's Cage, that's terrible. Don't say things like that. That's a horrible thing to say.
I don't consent to the nonsense.
It has nothing to do with that.
Fortunately, it does.
Just insults.
was gonna-
Insults are just lack of intelligence. Stop it.
She was gonna just tell us her story, but her internet connection went to crap, and she wasn't talking about cards or anything anymore.
It's too much.
Hi,
It's not
holistic
allowed.
media.
It's not allowed.
So
to be
Cage,
spoken.
Cage, are you
It's not allowed. I'll allow what I want. Here.
how's my mic, Max? Is it good?
You're doing good, realist.
So Cage, are you
Yes.
only here? Are you only here to speak to a select few?
I'm here to speak to those who have ears and eyes to see. Ears
So
to
that
hear,
is
eyes to see.
because not everyone has the ears and the eyes. So that is a select few, then. Yes.
No, not really. I think it's for everybody, but it's up
Well,
to the
okay.
individual.
So all right.
Everyone has-
You answered my question. So you're here to speak to everyone, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, depending on if you
Okay.
want to see.
Wait. Which one is it? Is it that there are contingencies or there aren't contingencies? Which one is it?
Well, I think it's up to the individual.
I'm asking about you and your purpose and your cause, and you're now making it into the. I
Right.
I thought my question was simple and clearly.
Well, I simply answered it, McCoy. Let
No,
me
you,
ask you
Okay,
this
I'm back.
question.
has anyone heard an answer, a complete answer yet
To
Yeah,
what?
to my
Right.
question?
Exactly. Gage.
Yes.
Gage.
Yes.
Right. Do you want to speak to everyone or just a select few? Yes or no?
To everybody.
Okay.
Okay,
Then
all right.
we have
So
to let her speak.
And be respectful.
boom. All right, Paula be right there with
I
me.
just
God
get it. I
damn.
And
just get in there and I just get
and,
it.
and hey, guess what? I'm gonna repair the internet. Now she'll be able to speak clearly, and the internet won't fuck her up anymore. There we go.
I'm trying.
All right, so
Okay.
let's
And
continue. Let's
Yeah.
get back on track because there's a bunch of
yeah,
information you're trying to tell us, but it fucked up. So let's
I'm
hear it now.
trying.
Now that it'll work.
The Masons are the real witches. All
You
right. So
back?
try.
You
So
want to
attempt
continue?
continuing with your story.
Continuing with my story, I did some very, very bad things with a Marine.
Hmm.
Came back, decided I was not gonna stay married, and I went on a 2-year.
What do you mean? There's some very bad things, and then decide you don't want to be married anymore. So, was you like when you had your beauty? You know, like because Mother Nature giveth and Father Time taketh away. So once Father Time
Amen.
taketh
There are
away,
three.
you went and fucked
There
up
are
the whole place.
three.
And
Would you let me finish my story?
mm,
You do keep interrupting, Paige. Let her tell it the way she wants to tell it.
Amen. Thank you. I got fucked for the first time by a guy who knew what he was doing and was so well equipped. I knew I was not the marriage kind. I should be
see, you
single.
dealt with her. You
Paige,
dealt with
Paige,
the
I
real
Paige,
was
one.
rocking legs, heels, fucking doing it.
How did that make you feel?
Paige.
Awesome.
All right,
Awesome.
continue,
It
Karen.
did. It did. It made me feel
So what did this make you?
invincible.
What did this make you do?
Anything I wanted to, John.
Awesome.
I mean, not hurting anybody innocent, but
No limits on what was available, eh?
That's disgusting. I feel bad for these people.
And it was all available. So. You men are such sluts, it's funny, but
we got
when you
you.
run into a woman slut, you're like, I don't know what to do with her. She won't behave. She won't tell her,
I would have run the other way. Or married you. I don't know. Might have been one or the other.
This bitch, you're a succubus. You're a succubus, aren't you? Jesus Christ.
No.
A dirty succubus.
No.
I wouldn't even fuck
No,
you with
but
a
I will
10-foot
tell you
pole.
something that you picked up on. For years, the succubus visited me,
You
and
couldn't
I
even pay me
didn't.
$1 million. If you paid me $1 million, I would have fucked you with a 10-foot pole, bro. You're fucked.
Cage.
Shut up.
But look at you. Look who you're
Shut the
bringing
fuck up,
up.
dude.
Look where you're bringing
All right.
up.
You're almost to the point where you're just insulting
But
people and you have to be removed.
Max asked her the question in the first place, so he wants to hear what she has to say. And she hasn't been able to say it. The sooner that she speaks, the sooner she'll be done.
All right, so what's the answer?
Let her finish. We'll say. So continue your story, Karen Lynn.
The answer for me was to eventually rebuild my life, not once, not twice, but at least 7 times. I went from anything I wanted to a few things that had been connections to my everybody. And I realized things are not at all what makes us truly happy. It's the seeking of what this earth used to represent, with people that didn't take more than they needed, made the most of everything they had, and took care of each other. But wars have been going on for so long, and they've reset the shit so many times. I have decided to join the fray and say, not on my watch. I have a daughter, I have a granddaughter, and I'm not willingly going to shed another drop of innocent blood for their plagues, their greed, and their power-hungry demons.
It took you that long to realize, huh? How old are you?
No, darling. No, it did not.
Now you're feeling guilty because you're not in the.
You're
you
just
know,
being
I don't
adversarial
feel
there,
guilty.
Cage. Stop it.
No,
Guilt
I'm
is
being real.
nothing.
It's literally
Guilt
what it is.
is nothing but your way
All right,
of
Lilith. All right,
torturing
Lilith.
yourself.
Whatever you say. I'm going to call you Lilith from now on.
Oh, fuck it.
All right, Lilith.
What she's saying is the world
You
used
can come
to,
back in, Cage, but you need to be silenced there.
what she's saying is she misses the good old days when people made everything the way it should have been. You made do with everything you had. You used it to its fullest. Nothing went to waste. People helped each other. They cared about each other. You know, you were your brother's keeper in a good way, not a governmental way. There's nothing
Thank you,
wrong with
Paula.
missing,
She's
you
saying the
know.
same message as you were saying. Do unto others better than you do unto yourselves. Are you practicing that?
And actually, I think Cage started it when she
I
was
am. That's
telling the
exactly how I'd be
story.
talking to myself, actually. Yeah.
He said something. Are you trying to kick your own ass? But yeah, I think you actually started it when she started telling her story. You asked her, I think, were the first one to say, "Why are you sick and tired?" You were the background commentary. It was cute. But
Hey,
she's
you like
this
that
time she's
one,
been
didn't you,
trying
Paula?
to answer that question.
Did Paula just say that was cute? Did I just hear that? I don't know if I heard the right
Yes,
words.
it was cute
Wait,
when he was giving the
let me
back
finish.
commentary. He was asking her, "Why are you sick and tired?" And I thought that was a good question, and it was a good time to say it. But she's been trying to answer it ever since, and we still don't know.
It's a very simple thing. It takes only a few words to answer. You know. So let me ask you
Not
again.
everybody.
Not
Why
everybody
are
does
you?
things your way.
We're 2:34:33 on the live clock. So why are you sick and tired before you get to 2:35?
Well, I want to get back to the original question of what changed for you. When did you begin your spiritual journey? What triggered that? Because that's really at the essence of what we're talking about, isn't it?
Yes. That's the reason why I was intrigued.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, it's a question no one wants to answer.
Well, why wouldn't anyone want to answer?
The why? Why is one sick and tired? Is that what you're saying, Cage? One that most don't want to answer. Say it again.
Yeah, like why is that? Like that is something that
Mm.
people have expressed, right? They're sick of what they see in their reality, and what makes them sick and tired of it. And how do you
I get
change
where
it?
you're going. Like the attitude
Mm.
expresses itself in your health and all of your life, right? So being sick and tired is definitely not good for you to be as a constant state. I don't think that she is, but here when we're
No, she
talking
says she
about these
was though.
things, yeah.
That's why I brought
But
it up.
where was the awakening? What really triggered the awakening? That's what I want to get to.
Yeah, let's just jump to that. What triggered the awakening, Karen?
Yeah,
To every poison in nature, there's always the antidote, also within nature, right? So it's all about the law of
Exactly.
cause. It's all about the law of causation or the law of polarity,
oh,
right? The
did we
equilibrium.
lose Karen?
Absolutely.
Karen bounced.
She'll be back. I think
Yeah,
her
she's
internet
got a bad
connection
connection.
her internet connection is crap. Yeah.
And I think she also, when she's speaking, I appreciate that she's really comfortable, but at this moment, she should just maintain just putting her voice towards the microphone. It's as if she's
Yeah,
to the side.
yeah,
And
she
she,
hasn't trained herself to talk right
yeah,
into it.
to the microphone. That's
That's
because
key. Yeah,
Yeah, and that can cause issues, inadvertently, and then people start misperceiving things, whether it's a lag, some type of delay, or
Yes.
legitimately whether people are wearing headphones or not will play a role too. Because sometimes people
Yes.
start talking and don't hear that someone else didn't finish talking. So it's good to keep
Mm,
those things in mind.
yes. In the forefront at all times. That is your filter. Because so many times, because of the lag or whatever, people think you're purposely stomping on them. And you can tell when it's on purpose because somebody's interjecting, but you can also tell if you're really listening, you can tell when it's caused by a lag.
Yeah, they do.
okay.
Like for some reason, when we try getting deep, when we try getting into a resolution, there's always some sort of metaversal or StreamYard fucking delay or
yeah. Do
glitch
we
or
do we
Yeah.
project that energy? Do we?
yeah.
Does our energy projection do that, or is it?
No, they're trying to block it. It's
Do
like
you
someone
think?
trying to
Yeah,
block you from the
yeah,
alley oop
yeah. I
type
think
thing.
so. That
Yeah.
seems to be the way it happens. It's no, not really coincidental to me.
They're a bunch of pussies who think they know something, trying to block it. These people that are trying to run the world, thinking they know something. They. To be honest, I can't really hate on it that much. Like they are very skilled at what they do, and it's obviously working. But that's the easy thing to do. It's very easy to manipulate people. It's very easy to put things into people's minds. That's a very low level skills if you really get
Oh,
into
there
it.
she is.
You know.
There
Yeah,
she
that's a good
is.
point.
Yeah,
Ah,
The hard thing is going against the grain, going against their bullshit. It's going to be a long and
yeah. I think there's a lot of people that were kind of
lonely
on the
road.
outside
Yeah.
in the chat and on the panel here that were kind of on the outside of things.
I love she comes in private chat and says, the
We're
journey began at birth. That's my story. That's where mine starts. Who'd have thunk?
better.
That's a damn beginning. But because your internet is so crappy, we don't get to hear the whole story. So we'll have to jump ahead to the part where it was your tipping point, the straw that broke the camel's back.
Yeah.
Yeah, the straw that broke the camel's back. But you know what's funny, Paula?
it's
Like the people that are running this shit, they look at like me, you, everybody. Like I'm not just saying, like I'm not trying to put it on you guys. Like even myself, like they look at us like absolute idiots, like children that have no
Mhm.
idea what the fuck is going on. They use these laws against us in ways that you cannot even imagine. It's like it's pretty much like the Matrix, right? Like you're being programmed, like something's being injected into your thought pattern is being utilized. And no matter what thought pattern you have, even if you think it's against this shit, like these people aren't stupid, so they're gonna use that in a beneficial way against you. You know what I
God.
mean? You use the weakness against them in a way. You have to be moved like a psychopath, like a sociopath in a way if you want to play this game. I'm not even
You
joking.
are
Well, you
Cage.
have to be able to think like one to get
Cage.
into
You.
the mind of yes.
I have to say, Cage. Well,
You
Cage,
ain't
if you want
playing
to.
games, bro. Yeah. They're playing Beyond game. It's a game you can't even think of. Like the other guy said on. Remember that? It's kind of funny how he said that's true.
Yeah, it's a multi-level battle for sure.
But yeah. Where's my boy's name? Fucking McCoy. What are you saying?
No, I was just saying, like, you're sharing a lot of your thoughts, but you're also making a lot of assumptions.
It's not my thoughts. This is a game, bro. Like it's beyond
See,
me. It has nothing to do
but
with
see,
me.
that's my point, Cage. That's my point. You won't let a person complete their thought. We sit here and let you express yourself, but I can't even complete a sentence. That's kind of strange to me. That's a strange interaction as an adult,
Something you got to work on there, Cage. The
especially
interjection.
especially as someone who has a channel and you know that it sounds horrible on the playback. To be interrupted, it's chaotic. So we just complete our thoughts. But I guess you obviously don't want to hear what anyone else has to say. The mic is yours.
Cage has been on a lot of different types of panels, and a lot of them are really what would you say?
McCoy,
combative.
Max,
I would say a lot of them are very combative.
McCoy, Max, may I say something, please?
Yep.
Well, I've let you finish your sentence and finish your thought, which I always do. I always listen. It's not one ear out the other with me. Like I remember everything people say. I definitely take into account everything that people say, and I think I'm demonstrating that because if not, I would have interrupted you, right?
You did interrupt me. That's what I wasn't finished talking. You did interrupt.
No, I didn't. Okay, all right. So you want to continue and then say what?
Yeah, I'm gonna step in. I'm gonna
it's-
put this on pause. You guys talking about people interrupting. I'm not undermining. I know there's like legitimate stuff to be discussed there. I just wanted to ask a quick question, and then you guys can resume that. What was the last thing y'all heard from me? Because I was talking there for a second, and all of a sudden I saw other people were talking, and my voice wasn't even coming through. And I was like on a monologue, and all of a sudden I'm like, okay, apparently my mic cut off at some point.
Yeah, we
so
didn't.
No, but I don't think we heard you. Yeah.
Y'all didn't hear me at all. Okay.
No.
Y'all didn't hear me start. Oh shit. Okay.
But you bounced out and came back in, so it should be good now.
Go for it, Christos.
Go for it.
Well, I'm literally about to step out of my car and get gas, so y'all can continue. My bad. I just teased y'all there.
Oh, we missed
My
it.
bad. I thought y'all heard me earlier, and something messed
Oh,
up.
you're driving around in that car.
Hey, like John Cage, I heard that silence. Don't worry, Chris says I heard it.
You heard the silence, yeah.
That's what we heard. We heard the silence. Yep.
Yeah, the 433.
Where'd you go there?
But yeah. So, but there's
over 30.
I know what goes wrong with you, Cage. When you first came in here and we were all, getting along and we were all focusing in on things, and I feel the same frustration myself at times. So you must be having one of those days.
Paula, can I say
she
something?
did come in, and we do have to listen to what she has to say. I know that you're upset that we got off.
What do you mean? What do you mean we're not getting along?
You're doing it again, Cage.
You were being very rude to her. You were being very rude to her.
It's a learning. Life is a learning experience. It's a constant learning experience. Right?
Do you have split personality syndrome? Are you bipolar?
Paula, everybody boils down. What it boils down to is silence is compliance. You know what I mean? So.
Oh, we agree with that.
We don't even know her story, and you've called her a succubus?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
That's nasty shit, though, dude.
That's some nasty, vulgar shit right there.
She's talking like one,
She's talking like she talks. And maybe she's not as comfortable speaking as we are.
She said she used to use her vagina to take over men's minds and like fucking brainwash them and shit. Like a succubus. She literally admitted it.
I didn't even hear her finish a sentence, so how do I know that's what she said? I'll have to rewatch this later.
Yeah, I didn't hear none of that.
Well, go look at it. What the fuck?
You guys are that slow.
She did
aren't
say
you?
she used her body to control men. Yes.
Okay, so she did say that. Well,
Yeah. That is kind of like a
but
succubus. Yeah.
according to you, she is part of you, so you did it too. Then, according to
That's literally the definition of a succubus.
okay, yikes.
So it's like,
It's
what the fuck?
something.
Water is
Oh,
wet.
and a witch.
Woo!
I don't know that she's a witch.
We're
I
not
would
allowed
say
to say in 2023. We're not allowed to say water is wet. That's a sin now. Fuck off, man.
Okay.
I'll put
Well, I
yourself
didn't
down
hear
as that.
what
No,
she
no.
has
1 plus
said.
1
so-
equals 4. 1 plus 1 equals 9. You know, like we just make up whatever you want and go along with it, right?
But
To that.
according
well,
to
that's
the
assuming that
one,
that's assuming that somebody has the truth, right?
That the truth is the truth, and it
The
always has
truth,
been the truth.
exactly. The truth is the truth, and it stands by itself.
The
It's not
truth is
even.
a
Amen.
subjective thing.
It's not an opinion. It's not somebody's fucking experience. It is what it is.
and
Exactly.
plus, you have to factor in. She might have used to have been that way in her youth, but we have a right to grow
Bro,
and
I have
improve
nothing.
and
I have nothing
change.
against her. I want the best for her. I think she's gonna do a lot better
But when you called her a
from this
succubus, you
day
called
forward.
it you called her that as though she is
So
still
what? So what?
that.
So what? You can call Cajun
And
incubus,
she's not
incubus,
that
whatever.
anymore. She's a
What if?
new creation.
All
And
right. So if
that's
someone called
That
me,
was a part of her life, not her
that's who
entire
we
if
were
life.
trying to
if
talk
somebody
to,
called
the
me an
new her.
incubus, it's not an
Wait,
offense.
let me
I
answer.
call you
Hi,
incubus.
Let me
Nina.
Call me that.
Can I answer the
Absolutely.
question? Thank you. No, I went through what I would call, a midlife crisis at 40. I had plastic surgery to increase my boob size. And no, I did not act as a succubus. I enjoyed being able to go to a bar, have a drink, dance if I wanted to dance. I didn't care if anybody asked me or not. I had a favorite place to go, and the band on Friday would always play Stevie Ray Vaughan when they saw me. And I would choose or not choose who I wanted to go with that night. So I lived the life of the Rocky Horror Picture Show. I was Rocky for a while. Everything was good. All right.
So what led to your awakening? I'm going to guide you a little bit, Karen, because you get a little bit off tangent there.
Okay. Yeah. Well, the succubus thing kind of kicked in because I did have an incubus that
So
followed
you
me.
were
around
a
for about a-
succubus. Okay.
Kate,
continue.
shut up.
Thank you. No, I was followed by an incubus. Thank you very much. I know what you're talking about, and I finally got rid of it. But never mind that shit. What led to my awakening was that my dad had told me an awful lot with absolutely no words of the horrors that he had gone through as a child. He ran away from home at 13 because he got regular beatings from his dad, who was an alcoholic, for shit he didn't do.
Okay.
And he hoboed across the country, went to the Philippines during World War II. And when he died, my heart split in two.
He's still with you.
Absolutely, he is. He is. He came right back in my granddaughter.
He's
And
still
I
with you
know
right
that.
now. I know
Well,
for a fact.
absolutely. Absolutely, it's all of
So
all
don't
of
worry.
So
No one's perfect. No one's perfect.
So was this a point of awakening for you?
It was a point of reawakening. Because I was born awake. I was like Paula. I was born awake. I was so nearsighted, and nobody realized it, until I was like in, I think, 3rd or 4th grade. That I literally was, unable to see anything in the distance clearly, so it was all fuzzy. But anything up close, it was like a microscope. I could almost see the cellular structure that later I couldn't see in a microscope because I had glasses that were thick as, whatever. But yeah, no, I went through the whole shit show. of
Hmm.
an immortal being locked into a
sinner redeemed, right?
yeah. Well, as close as possible.
Well,
Can,
Christ
We
can I
all
loves
ask
do
you
it.
a
better.
Christ loves the sinner redeemed the most.
Can I ask you a
Amen.
question? Possibly. Like, what
Sure.
is your dad? What was like the number one thing that your dad taught you that's really stuck with you? You know, like,
To
life lesson.
be, even though I am a peaceful person, patient, understanding, and usually more giving than I should be of anything that somebody needs.
Well, you have unlimited. You have unlimited things to give. It's only when you're
Absolutely.
limited. Yeah.
Should be, yeah. You can always give of yourself.
Yeah. Well, that's the calling. And the story is.
Yeah, where did the realist go? He had
uh,
notes that he wanted to talk about, points.
I don't know. You know what happened to the realist? I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Did I
that's
run
okay.
some people out of here? I'm sorry.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
It was that cage. He decided to bounce because of that there cage.
Yeah, the cage is pretty
So
hard to get out of.
we
Yeah.
lost the realist. That sucks. And damn
Yeah,
it,
it is.
cage. You could have just
Yeah, maybe he'll
minded your
come back.
manners,
Christos
bro.
does that. He'll be
The
back
realist
soon. Don't
is
worry.
good
He'll be
like
back.
you.
Yeah,
The
he'll be back.
realist is good.
He'll be
Man,
back.
No, now he's gone.
Nothing is ever gone.
He's
Remember,
not here.
it's one of Newton. I think it's Newton's third law. Nothing can be destroyed. Energy
right.
cannot be
No,
destroyed.
it's the
It can
third
only
law
be
of thermo.
transmuted.
Right.
Third law of
Energy
thermodynamics.
never.
I'd appreciate more positive energy out of everyone.
Yeah, positive energy, not negative.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
but it is. Like we should face it, right? Like we can't be in la la land all the time. You know, you have to look at it. Look at really what it
Well,
is
some
and
of your
transmute it.
perspectives might be la la land for somebody else, right?
Right.
Not if you listen to me.
That's ego talking.
Amen.
There's nothing to do with me though at all. That's the funny thing. So it's really not.
So if you want to come back up to realist, I'd like to hear what questions you had, comments.
Please. Yeah.
Please. I was waiting for the moment. He came in. I said, so what did somebody say to trigger you? And he was like, oh, nothing. Then a few minutes later, the fucker mentions he took notes. So I knew he took notes. So, and he was going to tell us what all that was, and we don't even know now.
I love discussing the current events and news and shit like that. I think that's an important part of what we do here is talk about all the different shit that's going on because it gets the energy out there of rejection of it, and hopefully some people sense that energy and go along with it. Like we've got the 100th monkey effect. We've got the connection between each other. Yeah, let's do a smudge there.
Yay.
I think we are all one in a sense, but we are all individuals in a sense.
No, but if you're smudging something, you're playing in their game, which means you're already lost. You're done. Perfect.
No,
Does it?
that's your definition.
Right. It depends. It depends what game you're playing. I'm telling you.
That's an opinion.
Yeah, smudge it. Let's burn some cage. I mean sage.
It says a lot when you light up.
How powerful do you think the mind is, Cage? Right? You say that the mind can heal. Do you think the mind can heal?
Of course, but it's not about like what you really your intention.
Can the mind heal from a distance?
Yes, but it's beyond like your wishful thinking. It's the program that happens either way, and it's something that's subconscious, right? So if you reprogram,
it's a tiny ceremony if you want.
But
It's
if
a
you
Chinese
reprogram,
programming
it's a massive,
ceremony if you want,
it's a
but
ceremony of life.
really,
If you
almost
if you
anything can be used for positive and negative. It just depends on, like any symbol or anything can be used for positive or negative. It just depends on how it's used,
well, it's a tool,
right?
right?
And the projection of the mind, yeah, it's a tool,
Yeah.
right? It's not doing anything. I'm doing everything.
Yes, you are.
Yep, you're
So,
correct about that.
it's just carrying, in my mind, that's a little aid to carry the intention. That's all a ritual is.
Amen.
Yeah, it's to condition your subconscious mind to make it
Yeah.
work.
Puts you in a
No, you're
mood. It puts you
carrying
in a
your
mood.
mind.
For some people, it puts them in the right mood. Creating an environment, an atmosphere
Or
conducive to
better yet,
what they
Well, it's
feel
in a
would
way,
the
it's like
right
a
give their
frame
computer.
of
Max,
mind.
exact. Yeah, Paul. In
yeah,
a way,
The
it's almost
right
like a
frame of
computer, right?
mind.
You can
yeah.
inject the code into your operating system.
Mhm.
That's insane.
And we know, like through Dr. Emoto's water experiments, the rice experiments, our thoughts can
Yeah.
affect things, right? We can transform. Well, not transform.
Transmute.
Kind of,
Transmute.
yeah, transmute. Maybe a little bit of transmute. It depends on what your definition is, but we have an
Yeah.
effect on things, right? So we can affect water. We're made of water. We know we
Yeah.
can affect energy. Um, there's the extension of that from us, from the micro to the macro. So it's just
Yeah.
using that type of thing to help aid it. It's nothing special. We don't think that the sage is magic or anything.
No, but at a cellular level, think of your body as the cosmos.
All right, James, have a good day. Yeah, you could.
Is all that I'm saying. Is we
Yeah,
are
astrology
infinitely
kind of
connected.
shows us that we're an impression of the
Exactly.
stars. What their
Yeah.
positions were, what the magnetic fields were pulling on us, which ways.
Yeah.
That has a lot to do with apparently how we, are structured in our thinking and body type and stuff.
Right.
Well, yeah, like the body and the physical self, the ego, what you think is
Mhm.
your vessel of consciousness, that would be considered as the macrocosm, right? And then
Well,
the inner stuff, like,
body again is like a tool, right?
yeah, it's like the macro and the microcosm, in a way.
Yeah,
The anima and the animus.
that's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah.
The universe is where the creator is. Yeah, exactly. And the universe is everywhere in one thing, and separate
Exactly.
and separate in itself.
Yeah.
Like
Infinitely expressing itself
I like to
across.
think the tree is the perfect representation because we're kind of like the leaves on the tree. We're separate but part. You know.
Separate but apart.
I do love the ancient expressions of it. You know.
Yeah. Me too. The tree of life. In fact, that's a favorite mantra of our meditation for me is the
Yeah,
tree of life.
well, if we're going to talk about
Actually,
trees and the tree of life, let's get into the Kabbalah and let's get into Kabbalistic, the Kabbalistic tree of life.
I'm not
Right,
that
so,
familiar with Kabbalistic teachings, but
well, this is where the whole tree symbolism comes from,
Mhm.
right? And at the bottom of it, we have something called in the roots, the Malkuth, meaning kingdom, meaning, this physical world that we're in, that we see around us. And then, that's pretty much the macrocosm. The microcosm is the spirit or the mind or Keter translating to the crown,
Okay.
So pretty much it's all Kabbalistic kind of thoughts when we talk about the
No,
tree.
I was schooled by my father, who was a 32nd degree Freemason in the Scottish Rite Temple. I was presented by my family as someone who
Jabulan.
I was treated by my family as somebody who when she had dreams. They made sure that I didn't tell any of the horrible ones until I had had breakfast. So
You gotta eat breakfast first before you tell how the Masons raped your dreams.
Yeah, you got to get control of those dreams there.
Well, there you go.
We're gonna shut it down pretty soon. We're
Okay.
at 3 hours.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. It's
Well,
nothing to do with you.
I am adept at Freemasonry, so pretty much if you're 32nd degree, like you said, it is a
Yeah, you
Scottish
guys-
rite.
Yeah.
It is a
Yes, it
Scottish rite, and you can get from the 3rd degree, which is the, they call it the rising, in a way, or the, you get raised
All right.
from the 3rd degree, and then you can get into concordant bodies like the York Rite or the Scottish Rite, and then you get
Well,
to the
that's the
33rd
difference.
degrees,
Not
32nd degree,
it's an important difference. The Scottish Rite
and the
side
York.
of it.
Hmm.
Yeah, but
Look
in a
into that.
weekend you can go from 3rd degree to 33rd in a weekend. And really, when you
No,
get to
you can't.
33rd degree
You
on that path,
cannot do that. No, not true.
yeah, you can. It's called the
No,
fast
you can't.
track.
I know way more than you do.
It depends on the individual. So what are you in? Are you in like the Order of the Eastern Star or something?
No,
Or Joe's?
no,
No,
I'm not.
I don't think she's in masonry. I think she was taught about it, is what she was saying.
Yeah.
Was raised
Well,
in
really, that 33rd degree on the Scottish Rite is really the beginning of it. If you don't get to the 33rd degree, you're not even starting yet. So that's a very basic thing, to be honest with you.
Excuse me, you're wrong. The 33rd degree.
Well put.
And
No, you're not even a part. You're not even in anything at all. You're being disillusioned. You're being used as a pawn.
I have heard of more levels, but
yep.
And
Let's just transmute that bullshit.
All right, guys, we're doing a smudging, and we're going to shut it down.
Yep.
Hold on, one last thing before we shut it down. The trick of masonry is this: they make you believe in a certain thing. You give up your power, and even
so use this to transmute.
Yes, we
the
use the
bullshit.
smudging to transmute. Hopefully, wake some people up, make them realize that they're being lied to and deceived, and hope that they take some action to help change it. We use this smoke to go along with the wildfires that I believe were set in a negative way to change it into a positive. So let's transmute that.
So mo to be.
Absolutely.
So mo to be. So mo to be.
Prove they slaughtered. Oh God, Toth. Sometimes it's best not to read your comments. Represents infinite value. Cool. Sound like a can of rolling rock beer. All right, guys, I got to cut it down. It's dinner time. So much love to you all. Thanks for showing up. This was a learning experience, and I enjoyed every minute of it. Hopefully, we'll see you again.
Very good, Max. Very good. Thank you for having me. Much love to everybody.
I hope we see you in class tonight.
Everybody show up to class. Let's go.
All right. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye.